Okay. So from 65 to 125 watts. So it's about double.
A little bit. I mean, then again, that's only at idle.
Yes.
It's only at idle when it does that. Yeah. No, it's only like $5 to $7 a month. So pretty
That's
happy
still
with it.
significant. It's like
I
Yeah.
don't know why I was expecting worse, but then again, we're walking into the summertime to where at like noon it's 33 degrees, so power doesn't mean anything in the summertime. Just like just cut the AC on. I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's only money. I'm willing to pay money to not melt.
indeed, quality of life. One thing we've not managed to melt in all the 6 years we've been doing this is the horse.
I mean, the horse kind of melted itself with decomposing for, as you said, 6 years. It's the Steam update of the week. All right,
Boom.
so Valve has been talking about the review bombs. When developers or publishers do something that people don't like, so they go and mass downvote their games in order to send them a message.
The internet would never do that, man.
No, the internet is full of calm, rational people who never overreact. Period.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Indeed. But in this case here, and in the wake of that whole that one guy fucked up and accidentally burnt down Notre Dame Cathedral. In the wake of that, Ubisoft has been like, yeah, no, we're gonna give away Assassin's Creed for dirt cheap because it has like we did an update for it that has like one of the better simulations of the entire burned down Notre Dame Cathedral.
We scanned the shit out of that cathedral. Did that piss the internet? Why were they angry about that?
I don't think they were.
Oh.
No, people like that actually, and as such, a lot of positive reviews have been going up for Assassin's Creed Unity, which was actually fairly critically panned when it got released due to a bunch of technical issues. But now they noticed that there was an influx of positive reviews, and it got them thinking. Well, we set up that review bomb protection where we just don't modify the score based on a time period when we detect drama, quote unquote. But this is kind of the opposite in the sense that. A thing happened, a company did something for charity, and that was fairly well received. But the article also goes on at the same time, now there's an additional value add to the game insofar as, yeah, they scanned the shit out of Notre Dame, so now if you want to experience the cathedral, you can do it inside the game, so that's a legitimate reason to buy the game. The long story short, they're not going to do anything about it. If they were going to discount those reviews, it would only drop it by like maybe a couple percentage points.
Yeah.
Nothing significant. But it's some interesting musing about content versus context and how it can affect those purchasing patterns. Although, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So they're keeping an eye out for more positive review bombs. They're announcing that they might do something if something like this happens again and it actually impacts the customer reviews.
Yeah, something tells me that any future positive review bombs will get this exact same treatment because it's like, oh, it's positive. So my question here is, how long until someone starts gaming this? Because what if, say, a game publisher does something naughty and another game publisher has a competing product, or any game that's even remotely seen as competing, and people go and massively upvote that other game instead, but leaving reviews to say that it's because of the other company that's doing crap? It's like, are you going to do something about that then, Valve?
No. You gotta have more faith in the internet. I mean, first off, the internet would never do either of the things they've been falsely accused. Here's the thing, Brad. I'm gonna say 100% at the end of the day. All of this is you're trying to treat the symptoms and not the cause. You're never gonna get rid of this. I mean, it will eventually flip to positive review bombs will be perceived as negative. Like, oh, everyone look at that. They're really angry because they're getting a positive review. What this is, and we've said it before, is people are angry usually at developers or publishers, not the game itself. This is the only way they know how to communicate that anger, because there's not another vehicle to do it. If Valve would enable reviews of publishers and developers, we're done here. This is not a problem. We can go back to actually but it's reviews on the internet, man. It's like YouTube comments. How much faith do you put in them? I mean, you check the reviews to see if it's an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
if
much.
it says negative, it's like, okay, why is it bad?
And I'm pretty sure like it's going to take a fairly significant move for Valve to actually like consider allowing people to allowed to post reviews of developers or publishers, because that's just basically a targeted harassment engine. We know how the internet works. It's just going to be enable shitty people.
But
to be
it
shitty.
would be in that one place, and Valve could actually keep that under wraps. It's like, okay, everyone gets to see that. It's just that no one really pays attention to it.
I think you maybe need to do a little bit of reading on game theory there, Pedro.
I don't know.
Anyways,
What is the message?
I wish I could, but now I have to download another stupid app. So apparently, Valve has decided, that Steam app that people use for their authenticator, that has that built-in chat functionality. What if we took that and like made it its own application, so that you need to have now 3 apps on your phone if you want like the full Steam functionality there.
Sounds great.
It seems a little
legit, yeah.
it seems a little much. I genuinely think that like the mobile Steam app would get a lot better adoption if they consolidated this all into like a single app. I know that's very anti-Unix philosophy, but at the same time, I don't want to have to install like 8 different things to play games on my phone, right?
I mean, Steam doesn't, well, except for the Steam Link app. That one technically lets you play games on your phone, but you're streaming them from somewhere else. No, it's like even Facebook got rid of the dedicated Messenger app. So what the hell, Valve? Why are you still wanting to compete with Facebook, with WhatsApp, and Discord with their
I will tell you
chat
why,
client?
because, Valve actually started a little bit of motion back when Discord rolled out, and they're like, we can do that too, you guys. They're like the sloths in Zootopia. And it's like, just you wait. Now the internet's moved on. We got our things. We're doing it the way we want to. Like, but we made our thing. Like, fuck off. At the end of the day, you really got to look at it like this, man. Do you actually use maybe I asked both of you this, and I asked everyone at home listening. Do you use chat on Steam? I thought about it, and I was like, maybe in 6. What we got? Like 6.5 years we've had Steam on Linux. I might have sent 7 messages back and forth.
Yeah, it's really just there to like ingest invites from people
there.
in game.
Yeah, 100%.
I know Truggleswick. We love him to death, but fuck, he thinks that's like a good it's a good method for like getting in touch with people. It's not.
No,
it's mostly like old classmates from university for me. It's like, oh hey, we haven't talked in a while.
You only ever see those messages. You only ever see those messages as you're shutting down the Steam client, and that chat window is the last one to go, and you're like, oh, someone sent me something. It's gone.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, it's unfortunate, but hey, we got a new beta client. It's a new thing,
yes.
And it didn't bring the thunder. Nay, it just brought the rumble. Client beta has just been updated. A couple of things: in-game overlay, it fixed dark rendering with Windows overlay that used the Vulkan graphics API. That's brilliant. That's wonderful. For Linux, though, Rumble pass-through for virtual controllers. This fixes the mixing Rumble support for any controllers opted into Steam Input and Rumble emulation support for. That's right. It only took them 3 years. I wish I had a bell to ring. We have Rumble support for our Steam controllers. Now, the only reason I'm entertained by this is because this motherfucker don't rumble. And
Nope.
People don't read release notes most of the time. I know before I started doing this show, I didn't. And it's like, but this thing's going to rumble on somebody, and it's going to be surprise wall for it.
Oh man, you remember the first time you played Dust and Elysian Tale and your controller rumbled and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah. It also fixes the rumble if you enabled Steam input for the DualShock 4, DualShock 3. If you enable Steam input for that, you would lose rumble before, but now that's been fixed and it works.
Yeah, the one weird thing though is like it's that emulated rumble on the Steam controller, so it's just that it's the haptic feedback stuff going nuts. So it doesn't feel like an actual good rumble. It's just like it feels more like there is something wrong with my controller, because I know they've experimented with this before and then they disabled it because they're like people don't like this. But
I don't mind it as long as it's not crazy. What was that game? Do either of you remember that activated if it started rumbling? That was it. You're like, oh hell, then it would just rumble continuously.
The culling was it?
I don't. I just had a good
no.
time with it because then I was like putting my controller down, racing it on the desk. I was like,
Yeah,
let it go on
let's
the
see who
floor.
wins.
Yeah, right.
I don't remember. Oh well.
Anyway,
So- Yeah, I guess in a bit of an effort to actually do something about developers going to the Epic Store so they can get that little bit extra
Valve's
protagonism.
going to start cutting
since-
checks and paying them.
No.
Oh. I
They're
don't know if
going
this is
to
gonna work
start
then.
stroking developers' egos. And
Okay.
developers and publishers,
Man,
because
so you mean the developers are going to be paying their rent with egos?
I guess if they put the games in front of people, it's like, oh, okay, so more people are buying the game now, despite already being popular because they are a part of the top Steam releases of 2019. And yeah, that's what this list is, because it starts off with like Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. It's like all the YouTube channels picked it up. And there's a couple of Linux games in there, one of which Pathway we threw chairs at.
Literally a couple. Literally two.
Yeah.
One couple.
Yeah, it's a Pathway and Forager specifically. And it's, human beings are subject to flattery and protagonism, and these are the same kind of human beings that are going to the Epic Store because, hey, there's less people there, so if we release our game there's chances are more, at least the ratio will dictate that more people will see it,
No,
right?
in all fairness, I mean, I definitely love the Epic Store as much as everyone else does. However, you don't sort by like new releases or however that's done on Epic and see like Vertical Fart Simulator.
No, you don't.
Listen,
but
because
it's
that game is
start.
garbage. It's all about the diagonal fart simulator.
All right.
It is a start because it's minimum effort and it's something that Valve will easily be able to automate. It's like, oh, every month or like the month after, you get a post to show the top 20 games that were that sold the best over the past month. That's it. That's all it needs to do.
Low effort does seem to be attracting developers and publishers to stores, so it seems to be a good move on Steam's part. I don't know, like the sort of like manual ass curation was the whole thing that Steam Curators was supposed to avoid. But I guess it's not reaching enough people.
Well, no,
so
I mean
now,
the tools for curators. I mean, it's just junk. It's one of the things Valve set it and forget it, and just like left it. They haven't really done anything with it. And the smallest mechanism that we had as individuals to actually curate what got on Steam was Greenlight. I mean, it might have been
And that went away.
might have been a 3% chance that you could downvote it. Like, this is crap, Vertical Fart Simulator probably wouldn't have made it because like this is crap. It's not going to get greenlit. And Valve's like, yeah, that's too much friction.
Yeah, just pay us $100. You can put your game up there.
Yeah, just give us money and we'll fuck it. But we're
$100.
we're just getting rid of the pretenses. Come on in, guys.
I mean, yeah, they gambled on that, and it seems like they're losing now. Proton, though, is a good thing that Valve has put out, and they have a new version. This is the what is this 4.2-5? They updated DXVK to spoilers. They have some support for Steam networking APIs, which should fix some issues with the hat in time, and they have a bunch of controller fixes as well, so Unity games will play a little nicer. I'm actually curious though, what the integration of Steam sockets actually does here. Does that mean that if you're going to be running your games through Proton, automatically everything's going through Steam's private network?
Only if the game stuff is going through Steam's magical network.
Possibly.
Yeah. If the game already does that, then yeah, I guess that just makes it so if you're going through Proton, you're not going to run into any weird snags. But yeah, I guess the game would need to be going through it.
Yeah, maybe it is like that FNA thing where it's just there just in case. But we don't know. We just have a one-line blurb from a changelog.
Yeah.
I get the sense though that a lot of these Proton updates are literally just going to be like, oh, DXVK released a new version, but we'll talk about that in the news.
Well, I'm going to say, they've gotten better at updating DXVK. Quicker.
Yes. Doesn't take them, I don't know, 3 weeks.
Right. So, I mean, if there's nothing like under the hood big, I mean, at least keep that current because that's moving at a frantic pace.
Yeah, it's the DXVK, and once VK9 is.
Do you think we'll see the DXVK9 YOLO Turbo Swag Dorito by the end of this year, officially in Proton?
By the end of this year, I don't know. By the end of next year, probably.
Yes, next year definitely. This year is, I don't know.
I'm
the bulk of the work
October.
is already done because the XVK already implements all of that, but for DirectX 10 and 11. So the developer for D9VK just needs to, well, make it work with DX9.
They just got to hug it out. Okay, that's our big chunk of steam. Let's get into a few updates. Starting with, I'm with you, Pedro.
Marines.
I'm with you, Pedro. I was like, what? This is still a thing. It is. Interstellar Marines.
I totally keep forgetting this exists.
ZPS Spectre, the developer. I think the developer left. From last we heard of our hero, it was just last man standing. He writes, "We're not dead yet. The rumors of our death have been greatly exaggerated. Releasing update 28, which a couple of things are updated. Things are fixed." Which, again, I'm the wrong person. If you don't know Interstellar Marines, man, this is the current reigning early access champion, period. It predates early access. I mean, this game was out for in some type of beta 9 years before early access even came out.
Release date,
is
2013.
Is this the Unity one or the
this is Unity.
Unreal? Yeah,
No,
it's
this
the
is
Unity.
Unity.
One.
I mean, this... However, I mean, it's probably been 2 years since I've looked at it and I was like, yeah, it looked like 2 years ago. Because I gotta say this, I gotta be honest with everyone, is if you're gonna start an announcement out with rumors of our death, it's probably dead, Jordan.
Motherfucker, I went to the funeral.
They don't come back.
Borscht. Yeah.
We had a video on it.
Yeah, I mean, according to the Steam charts, average players in this game these days is about 2.8. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's dead, Jim.
Yeah. You see, a multiplayer first-person shooter game kind of needs more than almost 3 people playing it in order to stay relevant.
I don't know, Pedro. Do you count as 0.8 of a person?
Look, I'm only missing some fingers. The rest of me is still here.
Right, get me the exact percentage amount. We'll talk.
You know what we could do? We could get everybody together this upcoming Friday, and we could play Interstellar Marines, but make it private. So those 3 people are like, no, people are playing.
No, someone else. We wanted to play with you.
We can go to the publisher and say we have literally doubled your player count.
Right.
You're welcome.
Hey, now. All right.
Okay.
Up next, Streets of Rogue.
One of the things that came out with the humble tiny build bundle was Streets of Rogue. And it's a game I'd never played before. It's basically what if GTA was a roguelike. And this one is, there's a new beta out for it. So if you got the game on the little bundle there and you want to help the developers, figure out what they should be doing with the game and actually test the new graphics and the new UI and controls and a bunch of new stuff that they implemented, they give you the description of how to do it. Don't worry, there'll be a link in the show notes. It's really easy. Just right click and you go to betas. That's it. It's GTA roguelike, like the old GTAs, like with the top-down view. Gene Shift, we talked about that.
Gene
last
Shift,
week,
man, they
didn't
got an update. It used to be Greedy Car Thieves. This, however, Streets of Rogue, they had an early preview build probably 7 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I remember just trying that out over a weekend. And I'm not a huge fan of roguelikes, but I don't even like the art style. The sense of humor in this game, I played it for 40 minutes. I dig this. I'm looking forward to keeping track and eventually throwing a chair at it.
Indeed. Still in early access. Probably will be for the foreseeable future. I don't know. Dead Cells has an update too.
Yes.
This is update 13. It's available in the beta branch. You can ingest it. And It's basically a big old game balance update, based on a bunch of player feedback. All the updates typically boil down to some of the enemies were a little too good in the context where they're encountered, so they get nerfed or their environments get nerfed. They're also trying to make aggressive builds a little more viable because, as it turns out, once you get higher up in levels and in boss fights, basically blocking becomes the one good strategy because you can just do chip damage until the enemy dies. It's good that they're still updating it though. We threw some chairs at it, and I think we had some fun with it.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of like Metroidvania roguelites, I know at least Pedro and I enjoyed it. I don't know about Ben. Yeah. So they have some stuff about other consoles, but we're not Linux Nintendo Switch cast yet.
It would be nice if they had some information on, like, I don't know, making it compatible with Steam Overlay.
Maybe.
Making it work properly in SteamOS. Yeah, there's that.
You know, considering that game has printed money for them. And I mean, if you just put buying bitching gold-plated Ferraris like on hold for like 40 minutes and get that sorted. So like the Proton version doesn't work better than your native version. How about doing that for us? That'd be nice.
Yeah.
It would be nice. But that requires effort, and developers are lazy people.
Maybe Valve could just buy them.
Maybe.
They could buy them exactly like they did with the auto chess, Dota auto chess people back in, what was it, last month? 2 months ago? Something like that. But hey, now we have more news about what's happening with auto chess, because, you know, they did buy them, so might as well monetize the shit out of it. And that's what they're gonna do. There's going to be a standalone version of Dota Auto Chess, which is not just a mod for Dota 2 that you could play. It'll be its own thing, so if
Where are
that's
you seeing
all
that
you
they
need...
bought them? Right here in the article that I don't know if you've read or not.
I did read, but you think I pay attention.
Because, well, I'm just saying, Valve and Rode, man. We've had great conversations, but concluded that Valve and Drodo could not work directly with each other.
Not called Drodo. Yeah, no. So
no, they bought
basically
the game. They bought the rights to the mod. That's what.
Right, not the developers, as you said. But anyways, yes. So they're actually going to be making two versions. Valve is going to work on their own. Drogon is going to make their other version. So China's going to get the non-Dotified version, and the rest of us will get the Dotified version. I mean, it's not the first time that Valve has done something like that. What with Dota proper and stuff like Narbacular Drop. A lot of their popular new games were acquisitions. They acquired the teams or the rights or some combination of the two, and they made something interesting that people seem. Yep, exactly. Hell, even Team Fortress was a Quake mod, and then sort of became.
There is all the motivation that you need right there for you to continue working on your Half-Life 3 mod.
Yeah, maybe one day it will actually be Half-Life 3.
Yeah, there's Valve's like,
Valve will just buy it from you.
Done. All right.
Oh no, yeah. This is in before like the Black Mesa team gets scooped up just before release. Hey, it's Half-Life Remastered. We've been secretly developing this for years.
Yeah.
It's totally not.
And we never see Zen.
No, couldn't do that. All right, everyone's favorite. No one really likes this game. It's Total War, Three Kingdoms. Same day from Feral. They dropped this out as from Creative Assembly, published by Sega. You know it. It's the same 13-year-old engine, and it's a new skin pack for it. And I know, there are people who's like, no, Vin, you just don't know. I fucking get it. But you know what? I can also, Jesus Christ, it's $60.
Yes,
yeah, right.
These are popular games.
Well, Jordan, you said what is like 71 Canadian, right?
71 Canadian is way more than I would think anyone would like reasonably pay for this. But you bring up the only real retort here is that people who are invested in this series will buy the game. There's no question,
dude. I mean,
it could be $70. It could be $100. They will forget the cash.
You need 1804, 64-bit, 8 gigajoules RAM. All right, it requires Vulkan because it's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing. I mean, if this is your jam, you don't even blink at the price. You just use this because this is the only thing in life that brings you happiness, and you're willing to pay, even though it's the same fucking game with like different. But listen, both of them do that too. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you enjoy the Total War series, you kind of do want to make a little bit of a shrine to Feral. on the side of your den, because
If you're a Linux user into this, Feral is your man. You've sent them
Yeah.
shit like
Yeah.
donuts.
they're like a godsend to you. It's like, oh yeah, all of the Total War games, gimme.
I mean, I have a shrine in my closet to King from Tekken. That's close enough, right?
Yeah, right. Same thing.
Not Armor King. I prefer the Armor King.
Hey man, it's always good to see new games, even though it might not be our jam, but same day release. Unlike Tomb Raider. Okay, had to say. That.
Yes.
3 years later. Coming up next in about 3 years, when we finally get around to playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we talk about the latest and greatest NVIDIA promise that's going to be super great and not disappointing at all. Also, we got to talk about a bunch of cuties. Yeah, cute.
CD Projekt Red may be a great deal many things. I wouldn't describe them as cute.
I would describe the framework they use for their platform as, though.
You know, the one that they're not bringing to Linux.
Exactly. That's why it's so cute. I just want to squeeze their chicks.
Here I am using a desktop environment built on Qt. So, yeah.
You know,
Could
in all
be worse,
fairness,
could be using a
that's not
desktop
much of an
environment based in
advertisement. As
JavaScript.
much as it's like, oh my god, it's so slow and it's crashy. But I love it. KDE, give me more.
That's the thing. Ever since NVIDIA submitted those patches, the crashing stopped. So yeah, it only took them 12 versions or 13 versions before they got the Plasma 5 running properly.
Honestly, I forgot to bring that up. Yeah, with the 580, it's pretty painless under Fedora. You just gotta the one thing you gotta catch is that they don't install AMD GPU the X driver by default. You gotta install that separately. But once you get that up and running and reboot, everything's worked fine.
All right.
I did run into a weird issue though. It had, like, games aren't affected, but like video playback is on the 580, where like the audio is super quick. And like this is a known issue. Some people have reported that. I'm just iterating through all the various fixes.
Yeah, he's like,
That's been a
oh.
known issue since FGLRX because I used to have that issue on the calculator. Yeah.
Yeah, except this is with the open source drivers, so I am unclear as to. There's probably some fucking. I don't know. I don't have a lot of exposure going into etcpa.conf, but you know, here we go.
Actually look for the like VA API conversions into VDPAU over VA API. Because that will usually sort it out, because it'll force it to run on the GPU. It's like, okay, so the audio is actually in sync with the video.
Happy. All right,
yeah.
Give that a look. No, because like the weird thing was like on the laptop, which has like a newer Vega GPU, everything worked fine, but so I don't know. Yeah, like fucking games work fine. It's just if I want to watch a YouTube video on there.
Yeah, the only issue I had with the 2400G was that 1 gigabyte that it defaults to of dedicated RAM wasn't enough, and Unity with the open source drivers, once it ran out of VRAM or allocated RAM for video memory, and it was supposed to switch to the system memory, the game would crash. Yeah, it was only Unity games too.
See, one thing that happens with DaVinci Resolve, like if I'm doing any like 3D work between, you know, like doing bumpers or just fucking around, like say the segments, you know, we have like a 3D thing for news and we have the chair acquisition and we have the hate note. So it uses the GPU for all of that, including video encoding, and I can watch it. And it does fine. It's like, okay, I'm giving you like 3 gigs for this, and it runs, it's fine. Then it gets up to like any of the 3D stuff that I've worked on. Then it's like, no, I'm gonna need about a gig, 1.2 gigs on top of that. I'm like, okay, that's good. And I'm not gonna release it. Onward. Then start heading to the next one. Then sometimes you can screech out with like 5.86 gigs. And sometimes it's just like it'll get right to the end and you're like, bleh, womp womp. Like, oh. Living that 6 gig lifestyle, man. It's better than the 4 gig.
Better than
True.
3.5 gigs.
Yep. I got the 8 gig life on one computer and I got the 10 gig life on the other computer, so
Nice.
pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the
Yeah,
1080.
I was genuinely curious to see, like, okay, can the what can the 580 do at UHD under Linux? Let's find out.
It's like a 1660 Ti.
Yeah.
Without the NV encoder.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even matter because it's the garbage NV encoder. You gotta get the if you're gonna be
No, the
gaming on the
1660
16
Ti has a Turing one.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, it's the
Ah, it's the
1650 that doesn't. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go get a refill.
Fine. No drugs. I haven't broke down and like cut him a check yet. I spent a good chunk of Friday getting DaVinci like reinstalled. I had to back on the kernel. I had to go back down to 5.18.
Oh, actually, speaking of kernels, that Bluetooth issue is solved in the latest kernel update for Fedora.
I have not experienced it.
I don't think because you're using any like Bluetooth stuff that's affected by it. Maybe.
Doesn't affect the Steam controller.
Yeah, I don't think it affects the Steam controller.
And you know what?
Wait, are you using Bluetooth or Wi-Fi direct?
It doesn't affect the Bluetooth mouse. The mouse that's not hooked up to this computer.
That's
sure?
not hooked up to the computer.
Yeah. Life hack.
Don't connect your peripherals to the computer.
Nope. Wireless, man. It's next level wireless, bitches.
Ugh.
Yeah, DDR6 is very interesting. It's still unnerving when I type in 1000 and hit enter on the memory overclock. Like, that's not right.
That can't be real.
I mean, to its credit, even though it's like a video encoder that can play games, it is the Founders Edition, so you can clock the snot out of it and it doesn't care.
Yeah. A-grade chips.
Yeah. Like, I had it overclocked Friday to kind of normalize the Vermintide.
Yeah, I was sitting in the den fucking around with the it's not a new system, it is the system, let's call it. And yeah, I was noticing, like, man, ambient temperature in the room has shot up. Let's not overclock this thing.
Ooh. You got, was that the 8150?
Yeah, that's the 8150.
Yeah, that's just, see, I know those feels again.
Yeah, it's, it gets a little sweaty in there all of a sudden.
I had that year off, man, where I was at 65 watt lifestyle with the 1700. Now I got that, but now I got the Threadripper, dude. It fits in. I mean, whew.
Oh yeah.
It's a slow cook during the show in the summertime now, once more.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, this is a sign of a really good cooler. Noctua, you did a good job. The hotter your room gets, the more efficient cooler you have.
Yes, you want the room to get hot, not the CPU.
Exactly. I mean, it's 55 degrees, and what, we've been up and running for 3 hours, 4 hours, 3.5 hours, 3 hours and a minute. All right.
39 hours, 27 minutes, and 2 weeks. Was it? Wait, what was that fucking Rent song? 125 hours, 2 minutes, 16 days, or whatever?
I don't know.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. You're welcome, everyone, because that shit's in your head right now.
525,600 minutes. That's what it is.
Oh, the Verb people got, or that guy finally got his first royalty checks for Bittersweet Symphony. Because it was sampled from Rolling Stones, and Rolling Stones were like, yo, we'll let you use the sample, we get all the royalties. For like the past, 13 years. They haven't gotten any royalties.
Okay, when I saw the Verve, I thought it was like the fucking website. And
Verb. The Verb.com.
The Verve, V-E-R-V-E, yeah?
The Verge?
Verge.
Oh, maybe it's the Verge.
The website
yeah.
is the Verge.
The Verge.
Okay, whatever.
It's Canada, man. They might have like their own version.
Listen, that's just how you pronounce it in Canada. It's Verve.
This is the Canadian pronunciation. Hey.
To be fair, today I learned that a band exists called The Verve.
They didn't have that stupid song, I guess, in Canada. Well, you're probably just too young.
Maybe.
I mean, Bittersweet Symphony was
1997, so...
You were like 3.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Have I heard this song before?
You've heard it, man.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah.
High copyright strikes.
Yeah. See, I just quietly looked it up on YouTube and played a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. There you go. That one. I know. It's one of those things where like there are a bunch of songs in the 90s I was exposed to that I have no idea what the fuck they are.
This production mechanism, your brain's like, we don't need that.
Yeah, it was on the radio. That was about it.
Yeah, that was a song. I mean, well, I guess you probably had more radio stations here, but we had 3. They got worn the hell out, man.
There's always
a
a song every year that gets played over and fucking over.
It's not one song, Pedro. It's like 8 songs.
See, I used to work at a campsite during the summer, and one of those summers was Gautier's Somebody That I Used to Know, which in itself is not a terrible pop song as far as pop songs go. That's actually pretty good in comparison. But it got played over and fucking over.
Yes. I used to work at a gas station that had a preset radio program that would play the same 15... It was something like 2 hours worth of music, and then it would loop. And so it was all like fucking crappy pop and Muzak, and no. This is when I learned to become selectively deaf to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you have to. That is a defense mechanism.
It 100% is.
Hi, Truggy. And I don't mind, like, 3 different Papa Roach songs. Like, Kick in the Teeth is pretty good.
Cut my pie into pieces. This is my apple tort. Suffocation, no breathing.
See, that's one of the ones that got played. Hell. Because when it feels like a kick in the teeth, I can take it.
Yeah, this is why I invested in a decent set of headphones. I can't do that anymore.
Do what?
Just listen to pop music. Like if I'm trapped in like fucking Empty will tell you this story. After about like 20 minutes on fucking the LA Turnpike on listening to this Uber driver's Best of the 90s soundtrack, I'm just like, okay, fuck, I need to put on some actual music. I just couldn't. Too much.
Suffolk is hard to get to. You can't even fly there. You can fly there if you take one of those
catapults,
ding
trebuchets.
I was gonna say if you flap your arms really hard, yeah.
No, bring me the trebuchet.
If you take one of those dingy little planes that Cambridge International Airport has, you can just fly to Suffolk.
The fucking puddle jumpers. Yeah, you want something? You want to travel on something that goes the speed of smell?
Yeah.
I can fly one of those damn things, so don't.
I know you have the ATA gene.
You just don't want to. You don't want to be in something that can get taken out by a good crosswind.
12,500 pounds per.
A car?
What is that?
TBR.
Like a Jag and a Miata ran face first into one another, and that was the result.
You tasteless
when
cunt.
when two cars love each other very
Your
much.
point?
Oh
Listen,
man,
the
I
work-
looked at that gift wrong. I thought his little kid was in it.
Yeah.
Boo.
Here's the thing. One day Pedro's gonna like buy a car and it's gonna install like a folder in his home directory and he's just gonna freak out and drive it into a fucking tree or something.
Stay tuned.
He hates it so much.
I do. I have 11 folders in my home partition, and I know exactly what they do and what's in them.
And you said that doesn't have a password on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's still the root password if you want to install
Nope,
anything, but no password.
listen, man. I just when you're at work, I just need Nori to set up a little SSH thing for me, and we're gonna have some fun.
You're going to have to just give her the copy paste, but sure.
I think you have a very low opinion of Nori if you think
That's
that
what I
she
wasn't
can't copy
saying.
paste stuff. Yeah.
I'm texting her right now.
Yeah, dude, man. You gotta have a little more faith in your lady. Come on.
I do. Again, she knows far more IT than your average user. But yeah, her Linux, she's a Linux user, not a Linux power user by any means.
As long as you know how to Google, everyone's a power user.
Pretty much. It's that
All you really
XKCD
need
comic. Man, Google.
is
You
the
don't need to know.
100% is the ability to Google and lack of fear. Just no fear.
Just be willing. Yeah, just copy that command out of that random form somewhere. Run it. See what happens.
YOLO.
That's why I do all my work in a Docker container. I can fuck it up as bad as I want.
I'm saying, man. It's I like being a little bit responsible, but I mean, definitely I have reached points of frustration where I'm copy pasting off the internet. I'm like, fuck it, let's see if this works. I'll try this. I mean, you can usually tell whether or not it's going to be innocent. You know, it's like this is either going to work or not. I'm not going to do like I'm not going to do anything like I wouldn't do it with FFA. I could sneak some malicious shit now. Unpack commands. I could.
See, if you find the copy pastas in like Stack Overflow, if they're malicious, they immediately get deleted. So if they're still there like 2-3 months in, it's probably fine.
You know what? You know, if you find it in like the README file or something of like a GOG game that's been run the fuck out of it. You deserve it.
Yeah, no. If you're getting your DRM free games from the local video store, don't.
Don't steal software, kids.
Yeah. That's how you get malware.
Boop. And we got that. You see the things?
Yes.
We got a little bit of stream delay. Hi, Jordan.
Hello.
All right.
All right. But
All right. Oh, of course, Steve has a trebuchet. Mine's bigger.
I've seen that. I've seen that one. He was very proud of it. It's like, this is the trebuchet I built.
Nice. Well, you got to give him props. I mean, or slings. I don't know. However you want to do that. Let's do it.
Slings and or arrows.
Why not, man? All right. Let's make it through the news.
Yes.
And 3, 2.
Well, it's about time we lay. I mean, there's nothing left of the horse. It's basically just our imagination. We just keep spanking the nothing. But hey, if you'd like to indulge us and enable us in our delusions, there are several ways you can do that, and the choice is yours.
You get a roundabout way of saying, hey, man, you want to support the show? That'd be cool because we'd like to thank you for it. This is awesome. Bye.
No, you see, we're solipsists, right? So all our viewers are in our imagination already, and they're giving us all their money.
You see, what I like to imagine is the people who watch our show, we have such advanced trolling and trolls, and they're like, you know what? They're going to finance it just so they can hate on it some more.
Indeed, and they do that by heading on over to patreon.com/LinuxGameCast, where they can give us money in exchange for a bunch of cool stuff, like access to our Discord channel, early show note access. You can watch this program, as it were, coalesce over the course of the week and watch us post shitty gifs at each other and just be assholes. You can you can get an RSVP to some game streams. Ven and I occasionally do some of the multiplayer, and we open that up to some of the fans in Discord and in Patreon, so you can get a guaranteed slot there if you are so inclined. And you know, if you want to just give us a ton of money, you can buy your way onto the show. We also have some merchandise that you can cover your filthy body in. You can go to store.linuxgamecast.com, buy yourself a Hellux sticker, buy yourself 2, and you can stick them one over each eye, and then you can be like Geordie LaForge, except with more mayonnaise. I don't know.
Hey man, can I be Geordie the Spheng?
Not a Geordie, I'm from Hartlepool.
They did unlock a thing on Teespring.
I'm from Bristol.
Yeah, we got Francophiles, Hellux, and all that. We can do like full pattern dress. I could put your face all over a full pattern dress.
Oh my god, I want one of those. Do
they
sell them in like 300? Do they sell them in like 300-pound man size? Because I kind of want one.
Listen, I'll look into it for you.
Awesome. Also, Ben mentioned this very early on in the show, but with the what we were doing thing. But we have an Amazon store now.
Yeah, we did a thing, ladies and gentlemen. This took a minute to go through.
We're influencers.
Yeah, right.
Be influenced.
Suckers. We got
Obey my dog.
You got a blue jag next to. What I did is itemized a list of everything we have in the studio. We've been threatening to do this for probably a year and a half, and I finally got around to getting it done because we get a mechanism to do it. So if you're curious about our audio stuff, our electric, just backups and stuff like that, our lighting rigs, networking, storage, video, displays, all that fun jazz is there for your viewing enjoyment. It's just amazon.com/shop. Just go to LinuxGameCast and it's under the About section. Also, since we're now part of this program, just to mention is I had to put it in again. We got like a new, what do you call it? Like a slug or a tag for our affiliate thing, which is now like Linux Gamecast -20. It used to be like Linux. It was almost Linux Game Cat, but it was like Linux Game Cast. So that's changed. If anybody's using that for whatever reason, totally unrelated, but I just thought I'd throw that in there because that's
yeah. If you're using that old ass browser extension that wasn't Klingonated or
yeah, man. Right?
I don't remember who did it either. But if you still have it installed, uninstall it now because it's doing some terrible stuff to your computer.
Oh, hey, NVIDIA is teasing something that might possibly do something terrible.
Yes,
terribly
it
good
might possibly even suck you off for all I know, because it says nothing in this old article from PC Games N. It's just
shit. It's a sup
conjecture.
There are definitely words on the page.
Yes, and basically NVIDIA put out a video. It's a very short video. It is included in the article. It's like 17 or 16 seconds long, and it's just the super logo in, the same way that they present their new video cards. So, speculation has been running rampant on the internet over the past few days because of 17 stupid seconds of fuck all. That's literally all it is. And right now I'm going, yeah, I'm sure it'll be super uninteresting. And I mean, this is what happens when you go for this long without competition, AMD. And, unless they're going to put out the 1650 Ti with the Turing and VNC encoder bits, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants the 1650. I'm super. Thanks for asking. All things considered, I can be better, I must say. But I mean, I don't think we're gonna get it right. Nvidia's entire MO, their entire business has been based around of, hey, here's this really compelling feature you want. You got to pay more for it because screw you. That's how we roll. Yeah, but like Pedro said, the article basically amounts to nothing. There's going to be there might be something at Computex or E3. We don't know. We just know that Nvidia is feeling so very super because everything is super when you're then.
I, for one, unlike you two heathens, man, Nvidia, call me or just cut us a check. That'll be brilliant. Slightly faster and cheaper Navi competitors, because that's happening in Monday afternoon Taipei time, however that works out. We're going to get Navi announcements and we're going to get AM2 announcements. And I'm pretty sure NVIDIA is going to be like, okay, we're just going to drop something slightly faster and like 8 cents cheaper just to cover the entire spread. But, my first thought was like, are they going to release the ray traced Quake 2 RT? That'd be not. No, fuck that. That's not going to happen. How about, are you going to give me $100 encoding device like Turing so I can send these guys Turing encoder? Nope. Not going to. Anyway, at the end of the day, ultimately, I look forward to our new tablet or mobile device because that's what it's going to end up fucking being.
It's called the Nintendo Switch.
It's called Nvidia's trying to bring back the Microsoft Surface, but this time it's running Android or BSD. It's powered by Nvidia, though. You can just buy a table. Anyways, DXVK has a new version out. We talked about it briefly in the Steam segment with Proton getting updated, but what does it mean, Pedro? What does it mean?
Oh, hang on.
One thing is for sure, apparently with last week's update that we talked about, version 1.2, they didn't really get all of those performance improvements that they were claiming for Lords of the Fallen and the Surge, because here they are again. And I did get a chance to try Proton 4.2-5. That's the version that includes DXVK 1.2.1. And yes, the Surge, at 1080p, in most places, it holds around 60 with the 1080. Yeah. And with this, after this version of DXVK was loaded in with the new Protons, it went from 60 to about 80. So, which means I can now play the game at 2560 by 1440. It's 2K resolution. Yeah. It holds 60 throughout most of it, though that game does have some serious performance issues, but hey, I can finish it now, so there's that.
Yeah. All right. Up next, PCSX2, that emulator you use if you want to play PlayStation 2 games, because there are no other ones. Like, literally, there aren't any other ones. But they've been supporting Linux for a while, and finally, someone has got around to actually porting the NetPlay plugin over to the Linux build. So now you can go play some of your PlayStation 2 games online over the internet. It doesn't let you do something like multiplayer over the network, because that would be something that people want. It would also be very, very hard to actually pull off doing. You'd essentially need to like run the same game and like keep all the memory in sync across the internet, and that's just not a thing that will happen. But at least you can hit the fan servers for stuff like Final Fantasy 11 or like the Resident Evil Online, the very, very first one, Biohazard Outbreak, or Time Splitters, or SOCOM US Navy SEALs, or any of those games that I played in high school. Well, actually, I didn't play any of them because I didn't get a PlayStation Network adapter, but I can play them now.
Are those even
go
like
play some Metal Gear
rare,
Solid
though,
3.
man?
The network adapters?
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, I think at this point, just because
okay.
of
I think it was like the Dreamcast ones that something like 6 people bought.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people bought the PlayStation 2 ones just because they had the PATA pass through that let you install the hard drive.
Oh, and it also lets you watch the Netflix, which was available for the PS2.
Yes, you had to have the special DVD though.
Mm.
Only available in Brazil, I believe. But yeah, no, that's definitely a thing. It's been a feature that has been lacking from PlayStation 2, PCSX2 emulator. And I mean, these guys aren't as crazy as our PCS3 guys, but they would have been maybe 10, 15 years
So how
ago.
does this actually boil down, man? I mean, I'm assuming there's no official anything online anymore, right?
No, you have to like change your DNS servers so that you can use like the fan servers, because all the PlayStation 2 online stuff, I think, except for Final Fantasy 11, is shut down because Final Fantasy 11 is still going for whatever reason. People are still into that.
Well, I was kind of hoping like we could just like get together, and I don't even know what would be on PS2 for multiplayer, man.
There was a lot of like shooters and like co-op survival horror stuff for the online
Metal
stuff
Gear
that they
Solid
had.
3 was like the one I played.
Oh man, you could also unlock the skateboarding mode in Metal Gear Solid 3, and no, it was Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence, and play that.
Yeah,
online.
those two. Yeah.
They actually had one for 3 as well for or it was Substance for 2, Subsistence for 3, but it also had a skateboard thing in it. Anywho, let's talk about GOG, the best storefront on Linux, period.
KM, because earlier GOG's like, yo, we got this 2.0 hotness. Don't you want it? It's going to be available for all operating systems. And KM wrote on Twitter, he's like, hey, man, Linux support will be available for Windows. Didn't even answer the fucking question, you motherfuckers. All your games and friends in one place. You can sign up for the beta. That will get released eventually, hopefully. And this is going to incorporate everything. And it's going to like suck in all your data bits from your console games, your Steam game. It's basically Lutris, but doesn't work on Linux. It's kind of a dick move. And you know what? I'm done buying shit on GOG. Fuck these motherfuckers. I am curious though, because in a video, they said the end game here is to open source this, right?
I don't know if they were specifically saying open sourcing this, but they wanted to open source the integration stuff so that you could add stuff for like Uplay or Xbox Live or Steam or anything like that, so that you can actually have that sort of cross-platform chat. But I mean, so here's the thing, right? Considering up until a few weeks ago, you actually had to email a guy at GOG for FTP credentials if you wanted to send them a Linux binary. This does not surprise me at all. But what's even sadder, though, is that they've gone out of their way to write this stupid UI in Qt, and they're not going to produce the Linux build. It's basically just spite now. It's like, we use the cross-platform tool specifically so that we could do this. Yeah, we're not going to use it because fuck all y'all.
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like their strategy. I don't even know if I feel it's spite at this point. It's like, ignore it, it'll go away, because that's how Linux works. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller each year.
Right.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. It's GOG can rot as far as I'm concerned, at least until they release a Linux version of Galaxy. Then I'll reassess the situation.
I will still use Connect to get DRM free copies of my Steam games so that I can pirate them later.
I mean, I'll use GOG Connect, but GOG they're not losing me as a customer. Trust me, we're not going to cripple them financially, because it was like an old game I needed the resource files for. And I'm sorry, man, I'm not cruising the Pirate Bay to get like Quake or whatever Unreal Tournament. I just go to GOG.
You can get the pirated version from GOG.
That's the whole thing, man. At the end of the day, I'm just a little bit disappointed. I really am. But let this kind of be a lesson to some of you who've been rocking and rolling, just gobbling that GOG dick for years. Like, no, businesses...
Despite The Witcher 3. Despite The Witcher 2.
Pedro. Businesses...
Sorry.
You want to talk over me again? I'll fucking hang up on you. Businesses operate on fee-fees. We've established this. And long as you're nice enough to a company, they'll eventually make your Linux client, right?
Sure, yeah.
All criticism is hatred and toxicity. And that's how that works. So
no. If you demand stuff from companies in exchange for money, that's bad.
No.
I mean, it took a couple of years of shouting at Valve for them to implement something like Proton, but they did.
Well, who would have thought that Valve's like, what? Okay, fine. Good Valve.
Honestly, I don't think it was people bitching and complaining that got Valve to do it. Valve was like, the Windows Store seems to be cooling down. We need like an actual backup for, you know, when Microsoft decides to cut the umbilical and we're fucked and left alone.
Well, that's the difference between Gaben and Sweetie. Gaben's like, yo, we'll even do an operating system.
We need an escape route.
And Sweeney's like, it's like moving to Canada. I'm like, Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah. Well, I've had this conversation before where it's like people shit on open source and they demand perfection. People are way more perfectionistic about open source code than they're about code that they actually spend money on, which baffles me to no reason or to no end. But that's basically what it boils down to. Sweeney, you don't like what's going on in Linux? You know, it's open source. You can contribute like Valve did, and now things are looking up for gaming under Linux because of all this investment. Instead of buying out publishers and developers and hoping that their exclusives will bring customers.
For me, the best case scenario would be if GOG did what Epic did. It was like, all right, we'll just make it source available. You guys sort it out if you need to.
I wish they did that.
That would not take very long until it worked.
Dude, it would be hour.
Yeah.
Hour
Look, I
for
compiled
something
it.
functional.
It works.
Yeah. Hour for something functional. Week for something feature complete.
I'm saying cloud saves might take a day, but after that, we're done.
Yeah, it's just a matter of translating the API into whatever native code is running on Linux. Yeah.
Just don't leave him in Pedro's home folder. He'll get very, very mad. Speaking of which, coming up next, Pedro gets really, really mad about files in his home folders. Stay tuned.
Folders, not files.
Folder
Stupid
files.
Fucking empty folders.
Pedro, it's Unix. Everything is a file.
Everything.
Your disk is a file.
Pedro,
your sockets are files. Your
Pedro, you think you're looking at a
files.
monitor? Nope, that's a file.
Yeah. According to Linux, it is.
Isn't it the POSIX thing that says that everything is a file?
Linux is not POSIX compliant. It's not. OS 10 is, because they implemented a bunch of functions that don't actually do anything so that the POSIX tests will pass, but it doesn't actually do anything.
See, I'm pretty sure my YOLO RAID is still called Ubuntu Mate RAID 0. Because that's when it was built.
Oh yeah, no, my RAID config has like the host name of my old server in it.
Right.
Just because I pulled those disks. That was why Fedora didn't detect it first. Like, this doesn't match my host name. I'm not gonna mount this. I'm like, oh, the fuck you are? MD80M scan? Yeah.
I was laughing. It took me a minute to figure it out because your box, as you know, see the box names, setting up Jack over the network. And yours is just Jordan. I'm like, why is Pedro's Pedro Plex? It's like, I know I wasn't trying to set up a fucking Plex server on that box. Then I was like, no,
Optiplex.
Yeah, I was like, there we go. I just didn't feel like deleting that next level laziness, boys and girls. It's like, yeah.
It's the Jordoplex.
Yeah, no. The YOLO RAID of the Samsung 850 EVOs is still called devmd ubuntu-mate :0. That's how long ago that RAID was created. Still going.
What really trips me up on AWS is that sometimes it's dev SDA, sometimes it's dev XVDA, sometimes it's dev NVMe 0p0-1.
It depends, man.
Yeah.
See, the NVMe drive shows up as dev NVMe SP0.
Yeah, but AWS, man, you're connecting to files.
Yeah. It's all network back storage. It's not like an actual disk attached to a machine at all. No. It's even worse with EFS, but yeah.
I mean, I still have the YOLO RAID array, but I have a terabyte SSD that can sustain write 500 megs a second. I'm like, I'm good with this.
I have one of those
Yeah,
too.
100%. I'm buying an NVMe card for the box with the 8150 in it now, just because. Jesus fuck, going back to like RAID 10 Spinny Disk is not fast
Ooh.
enough.
No,
It's not fast
that's not
enough.
real. It's like how did we live like these savages? Here's
It's been 10 seconds. Why am I still waiting?
It's got to be like 4 or 5 years old. It's like a Samsung Evo, 120 gig, like one of the first gens, right? So at best, it could do a read of 500, and I think a random write was like 120 max was all it could do. And it is hilarious watching it fucking choke when you try to send a gig at it. It's not just that. This is why I'm impressed by these 10G cards, because they're able to manage that and keep everything together, and it doesn't choke out. It takes it 3 or 4 minutes to get the data through, but it doesn't like kick any errors, Ben.
Anyone need 2.5-inch hard drives? Because these are the ones I pulled from those laptops I got.
Oh, those are spinny disks?
Yeah, and I just replaced them with SSDs.
I have not seen that. That is beyond worthless.
There's
a couple of lesser digital blacks here. It's like, here's one.
You know what they are good for? If you buy if you buy like one of those
Here's
like $5 if you buy one of those $5
This one has
USB
Windows 10 on
enclosures,
it.
it's a portable hard drive. That's it for some crap. Although there's some like guy who's into photography blogging that I follow on Twitter, and he was like, yeah, no, I bought a USB enclosure and like a solid state drive. I'm like, that's a bit wasteful for the flash drive over USB.
Parallel ATA one, because laptop ID.
What does it taste like, Pedro? Stick it in your mouth.
No, we've had this talk before. No. You
Listen,
and your oral fixation, Jordan.
I don't have an oral fixation. I just want to see you cram hard drives in your mouth. I'm waiting.
No, they're going back in the box.
And by box, you mean your mouth.
It's an
Put
actual
'em in there.
box.
that you're going to put in your mouth. Put it in there. Open up. Lunchtime. Eat up, bitch. Eat it.
Yeah, does anyone
Man.
want a GT 730? I had this one donated to me a while back.
What would you use that for?
A fuck all idea. Even the Intel integrated GPUs nowadays are more powerful than this thing. I'm not joking, they are.
Oh yeah, what those are literally cards for like workstations you give accountants. It pushes some monitors and that's it.
Yeah, it'll push 2 monitors at 1080p and that's it.
The moral of the story is that if your spreadsheet takes up 3 monitors at 1080p, you're fucked.
Zoom
cut,
out, bitch.
Jordan, cut your video on and off.
Cut my video on and off.
Mhm.
Doop doop.
There you go.
I'm not getting any return from you. I just see the back of your head. Oh, by the way, guys, forgot to mention this. You should head on over to vote.linuxgamecast.com. Vote on some show titles.
yeah. That's the thing we need to vote on.
We got a couple of them. It's like a Notre Dame good time. It's only money. Live on YouTube-ish. Advanced trolling. Linux Nintendo Switch tech, or Linux Nintendo Switch cast. Direct text 11. Too much, Pedro. That wasn't in the show. And Pasportus. I'll give Notre Dame good time a vote. We can put Strider on that. Empty. Make it a Strider cover.
That's interesting. Yeah, Discord is being odd.
Jesus Christ. $248 for an NVMe adapter? That's not right. Well, I guess
What?
it's a 4. The thing that Empty just linked in Discord.
Oh.
So it's like a 4-port NVMe adapter, server grade.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a RAID card for NVMe SSDs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not. It's not a RAID. It's just an interface card.
Okay.
Man, talk about bus saturation. Try raiding some NVMe drives. See how that works.
I mean, it's PCIe, right? If you plug it into a by 16, you can get by 4 on all 4 drives. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Empty. RAID 10 on NVMe. Oh.
You could probably do that. Maybe get, I don't know, 2 terabytes out of them because they're tiny.
You can get.
Jiggle your video one more time, Jordan.
One more time.
One more time.
Jiggle, jiggle.
Got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate.
Yeah,
Talk
I don't know.
to the
Discord's
end.
just being a butt, so
Did my
Yeah, you
connection
do-
just drop
yeah.
again?
it's not a connection. Just boop it one time. There we
Booped it
go.
again. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because I can see when it happens on my end. Too.
Yeah.
I was just trying to see if like that correlated.
It's done that before. Whatever.
I'll keep an eye on it.
We'll make it through. Just no audio.
No audio gremlins.
For the live stream. If you want to listen to us live, you can go to YouTube and put it on audio only.
Yeah. Just minimize, just split that tab and minimize it there. It's gone.
There's a reason that this is listed as ASMR under Twitch.
Okay, let me get the business sign up for. Is that a Bigfoot?
Am I bigfooting?
No. Discord.
Ultra scuzzy.
The Drive, Jordan.
Oh, the Bigfoot drive.
Jesus.
Alright. No, because you use Bigfoot for like when I go blurry, so that's where my mind went.
The conditioning worked. Good.
Yeah, this is some hardcore Pavlovian shit right here, right? Like, context is important.
That's what. Never mind. Never mind.
Don't worry, your pretty little head. What does Breadbot look like? Yeah, yeah, Notre Dame good time shot ahead with 7 votes.
Yep.
Yeah, the good old Itachi Death Stars. We got Death Star. We got Death Star. We got Death Star.
Is this thing just being a butt? It is. What's unlocked? DLC?
People who bought this NVMe card also bought a bunch of 10 gigabit or 40 gigabit duplex 5 SFP connectors.
Hey, man. Those are efficient, man. The you can get the I forget the exact protocol, but the cards are really cheap. The 40 gigabit that splits out into 10 gigs on one cable. You know, it's just like a.
Okay, that's a little more reasonable. $40 for a dual NVMe card. Not the worst.
They're still only getting by 4 on each of them, so you can use one of the buy 8 slots. But yeah,
Why do you need NVMe? Just get a fucking SSD for it.
Space. That box is already very full.
You can tape it to the side.
It's too full. Too beaucoup.
You sure it's gonna have enough PCIe lanes?
It better.
You're gonna find that out the hard way. You're like, oh man, should have got a SATA drive. Oh well. No space.
There is a SATA drive. There is a SATA SSD in there that it's booting off of, but it's a bad one.
When I like, no joke, I took the I robbed the SSD out of your Optiplex.
Okay.
For Jackbox, and I just took the tape off the side with the SSD stuck to it, walked over and like taped it back into the Jackbox. Also, the WD Blue that was in there just like tumbled out and slammed all over the ground. I was like, well, I hope that boots back up. It did.
Yeah, it probably will.
Yeah.
I used to be like super paranoid about that, but those things can like withstand a couple G's actually.
Well, like the new ones have shock sensors. They have velocity sensors.
Yeah,
lock
yeah.
the
shut
heads.
down
Yeah.
if they're if they like can sense that they're in free fall. They'll just shut down.
Pull the heads back. Yeah.
IBM used to do that quite a bit because they're like, yeah, we're selling our laptops to business people who go on the road. They don't know how to take care of computers.
Man,
Yeah, my computer won't boot. I threw it like a frisbee out a window.
had it coming.
Oh man, yeah, dabbing's rough. Every time I do a dab, I'm like fucking couch locked.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know. I smoke a lot of cannabis, but like extracts like that fuck me up.
I mean, if I do it this way, does that? No, I'm still feeling all right.
Nope, still good.
Yeah. This is like a Canadian thing with dabbing.
Maybe you don't dab while you dab. I don't know. When was like doing the Captain Ginyu poses considered cool? That's what I want to know.
2014, 2015.
Jace, Berta, Raccoon, Goldo, Ginyu.
Oh man. All right. We're gonna power through this.
Oh, MacBooks do that too. Yeah, I guess Apple know their audience.
You have to go way back to find an Apple computer that has hard drives these days.
Nope. It's got to be NVMe, bro.
Oh, by the way, was there anyone else while the end credits of the last episode of Game of Thrones was playing was just like going full on wiener mode?
Even Nora joined into the wiener.
I got out a lighter and I was like, wiener.
Nah, man, I was just sitting back and I was like, God damn it, Bucky killed more Starks than fucking the Ice King did.
This is true. Endgame and Game of Thrones spoilers. Avengers and Game of Thrones. I'd watch that. Night King and Thanos team up for a tag team.
All right. Let's getting what getting is good.
Indeed.
Yes, very much.
It is certainly warm.
Oh man, yeah, I just had to cut the fan off. I was like, great, now let's put on a hood.
Right.
Science. All right.
Sounds.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Chairquisition, where the accused must survive trial by Fedoris, Solus, and Fedorf.
Fedorf is best dwarf.
Yeah, Fedorf. Then and only then can the question be asked, is it fun? This week we're taking a look at Cluster Truck. It was at the $9 level for the latest Humble Bundle, so we picked it up. It's developed by Landfall. It's done on Unity 4. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You can pick it up normally for about 15 wet stinky bucks. You could have got it for $8 or $9 on the Humble Bundles. What is it? Cluster Truck is a chaotic physics-based platform truck former. not a platformer. It's a truck-former.
Optimus.
Jump your way through insane levels in a game of the floor is lava on top of speeding trucks driven by terrible drivers.
Holy shit! Who does the voice for Optimus Prime?
Peter Cullen.
Okay, now if we need to find one clip of him going ow, ow, so we can sing it.
Cool. All right. Anyways, no mandatory disclosure. We spent money on this one this time around. Shit. We didn't put in our Humble affiliate link though. We probably should have done that. Whatever.
We can do that one day.
We can do that later. Ben, did it work?
Hey man, over here on Fedor 30 with a Threadripper 1920X, 32 gigajoules of RAM, powered by a 2060 Vidya card. No issues. Out of the box. I mean, it runs right after you close the Unity. Scream 'em nope, because that's the thing with this game. And more insulting, it's got all the options in the game. It's just there. It's just like a little extra fuck you. You got to close this before you play the game. Wasn't a fan of that. Outside of that, I didn't even try it at 1080p because I cranked it all the way up to 3840 by 2160, put everything on 11, and you really want to do that because there's a massive graphical difference. I mean, between like low, medium, and then, oh, that doesn't look as bad. Solid 60 didn't have any issues there. Graphics, what does it look like though? Remember Lawnmower Man? About like that, maybe a little bit better. Controls though, when I saw the Unity screen of Nope, I was like, oh shit, guess we're wait a minute, what? Tap the Xbox controller. I was like, shit's working, yo. All right, we're going to use that. And I did for a minute, but I had to change up near the end. I'll tell you more about that in the fun section. But it gets a solid 3, but you get dinged 1 for having that old, antiquated. Why is that still there? You can disable it because it's in the game. Unity Scream of Note. J-Baby.
EA squirts. It's in the game. Yeah, on Fedora 30. I test this on 2 systems because I can do that now. On the i7 6700K with the GTX 1080 Ti, yes, it does launch. On the FX 8150 with the RX 580, yes, it also launches. And yes, hello Unity Scream of Nope, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Performance in 1080 runs okay on both the 580 and the 1080 Ti, holds about 60. Graphics, I mean, there are trucks, trees, and obstacles. You can see them all before you slam into them. And controls. I mean, yeah, the DualShock worked, but like Ven was alluding to, at some point you may want to resort to WASD. I'll give it 3. It's Unity 4. I'm honestly surprised it's still working at this point.
Well, yeah, the Unity screen of Nope is very much there, and as an extra fuck you, there's a pointless folder in my home directory. It is
Here we go.
It is an extra fuck you because those folders are empty. So it's like completely fucking pointless, isn't it? But yeah, the performance, it holds 60, but if you're playing at UHD and you enable TSAA and ambient occlusion like you're looking at right there, the FERPs do drop slightly in between levels during the level transitions.
Maybe
there is a bit of a
series.
drop. Yeah, there is, but I guess it's the load, so it may just be the Steam runtime that's doing its thing. Nothing.
It's more RTX.
It's something is definitely wrong with the TSAA filter because there are certain areas on screen where it just doesn't get applied. It just straight up doesn't work in that particular area. It's not enough to dig in a chair, but yeah. The controls, yeah, that's where I almost wanted to dig it another chair because if you switch to the input tab on the Unity screen of Nope, it's a fucking mess like all the Unity screen of Nope things always were. It's just not good. But yeah, it walks away with 3 chairs for the mix with the working.
Seems legit.
All right, yeah. So it works. Just always got to ding at a chair for the Unity Scream of Nope. It's almost 2020,
baby.
It's too much now. Then, do you have fun playing Cluster Truck? Go truck yourself.
You know what? I kind of did, man, because immediately, like within the first 2 minutes, Cluster Truck, it passed the, oh, hell, I better get my leg organs out from under this glass desk test. Yeah, you're doing something right there, game. Out of the box. It's like, you did something. Because, I mean, this is like run, jump, die, RNG, borderlining on like just straight up bullshit, but it's done right. I kind of like it. And then the mutators show up and things get weird, man. 100%. There's really no need for instructions on this. Like I said, man, it managed to elicit an emotional response. Now, granted, that emotion, it was anger, but it was the happy, fun kind of anger. The type of anger that shows up in a sweater and throws a watermelon at you. I was able to get right up to the area, like in Area 2, on like the grasslands, before using the controller. It was turning out to be merely an extra step, it was adding hard mode. It was requiring skill I lacked. Couldn't overcome it. So I picked up the gerbil and mouse, gerbil and mouse, and the keyboard and all that, because I have 3 of them all of a sudden. And I ended up like in this weird, contorted, stretched out position, because I had to keep my knees out from under the desk, which could shatter. And I was like, I was riding the hog, man. I did manage to bullshit my way through another level that way, but I had to tap out due to the contortion that was required. I was having a fun time, though. But I didn't want to wake up tomorrow with like no feeling in my left pinky toe again. Now, it is silly fun, and you can pick it up in this week's bundle for 7 wet stinky cash. Do it on your own. You don't need to use our affiliate link. You're going to have a good time with it. Doesn't matter. It's probably going to be one of the better games, if not the best game, during this month's series of titles that hopefully leave folders in Pedro's home directory. It's a bit of a challenge I set up for myself. But I'm gonna say 3, even at full price. This is something to keep around, have at parties, or just if you want to break furniture, the fun type.
Yeah, pretty much. You're only going to be pulling this out at parties after you've played about an hour of it, because it's just another one of these rage platformers that insists on being in first person and not showing you your feet. So you just are not sure where you're going to land, and then you die, and you got to restart the level over again. I'm sure there's some kind of strategy that you can use to squeeze out seconds and stunts, and like there's like some
how the
parkour
trucks
thing.
are RNG, man.
I know. Well, that's the thing. As far as I've put it together, your presence on the truck will impact how it drives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll impact its ability to drive directly into a fucking wall the second you touch it.
Yeah, or off a cliff, or
yeah, there's that. Or just
yeah. There were a couple of moments of like, I think I'm doing okay, and then a truck explodes in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? But that, yeah. It's enjoyable at first to sort of run around, jump, slam into things, and occasionally make it to the finish line, but honestly, it gets a little too fucky for my taste after a while, and I'm just not enjoying it all that much. And unlike something like Perineum, where like I can tell, I can see the mistakes as I'm making it and like try to improve, there is no such thing here. It is just fucking try again. You're basically Tom Cruise in that one movie that they keep changing the name of the movie.
I gotta be honest though, I'm having a good time watching Pedro suffer.
Oh, absolutely. This is a fun 100%. This is a fun game to watch people play. It's the whole point of this like YouTube rage game thing. This is 100% that. Like the first time I saw this game was on Game Grumps and was watching it for that exact reaction. But yeah, it's just too fucky for me. And after a while, yeah, the fact that like you gotta like maneuver the camera as you're jumping makes using the controller kind of impossible.
That's where I had to put the controller down. So yeah, you like RNG, just not in real time.
I like RNG when it's a component to the game, not when it's the only thing.
No, you can bullshit your way through this.
You absolutely can with enough time and effort and trial and error.
Right.
If you keep the video playing, I did.
If you get your mindset in the, we'll just continue doing this until the pain stops.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is 100% slamming your the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again.
One of the things that kept me going was the letterboards, though.
Maybe if you're a hyper competitive sort, that might
not
keep
even
you going.
that. I just saw that Popey. And I was
Yeah.
like, yep, gotta beat that.
Yeah, Popey played this.
Yep. I was like, yep, gotta beat that again. I gave up on Pedro because it was obvious on like map 3. Pedro's already went to Google and found a way to cheat because he's like,
oh no. Well, I mean,
You're
like,
watching me play now.
You ran into the same.
time.
You ran into the same thing with Pedro in Distance, where he finds bullshit shortcuts. Anyways, I've rambled on enough. I'm gonna give this one share. I didn't really enjoy it. It's not my jam.
Yeah, it is fun. If the question here is whether or not it is fun, it is. It absolutely is, because you just saw me fail over and over and fucking over again, and I'm not done yet. There's more failing happening right now. But it's yeah, it's one of those games that keeps me leaning all the way forwards and sitting at the edge of my chair, and it's very satisfying after you finally manage to beat the level, or even if you get into a level and you beat it on the first time around or the second time around. It's like really awesome. But then, of course, unfortunately, these past few weeks, there's been a bit of a theme with games creating folders with stupid files on my home partition, and this one, it's even more stupid because the stupid folders are empty. It's for the past 3 weeks.
I'd like to rescind my score. I'd like to make it a 2 now, 2 chairs, because Pedro is just so visibly distraught by having these directories in his home, and that is fun for me.
I don't know, man. One of the things is you can see this when you think the bullshit's over. The game's like that. Do it again, monkey.
Yeah, and it's for the past 3 weeks, there's been 3 different games, and each required their own folders in my home partition, and they're all called something different, so it's all completely fucking pointless. So once again, the game loses a chair because it was going to get a solid 4 for the fun, but
I like how
because
you thought
of
you
technical
could
incompetence,
land on that box, and game's like, nope, back to the beginning.
Yeah,
because of technical incompetence, it only gets 3 for the fun.
All right. Well, again, Pedro has a very, very strange fun barometer. But anyways, you can pick this game up for cheap if you want to grab it on bundle still, or maybe pick it up for full price if this is your type of jam.
Do you think we could speed run it?
I think Pedro might be able to speed run it. I don't have the patience for that.
It is doable.
Maybe. It sounds like a horrible idea.
I am 100% sure there is like some freaking pro online who's like on 80.
Well, there's a bunch of cheaters online, because if you look at the top of the leaderboards, you'll see 0, 0, 0, 0.
How many times did you Google that?
I didn't Google it. I just looked at the top of the leaderboards in game.
How are you using Bing these days? I got it. I feel you. All right. Now we know.
That's the best place to look at porn. Anyways, coming up next, we talk about some hate mail. Yeah, that's it. I don't have any funny bits for that. They're not funny, anyways.
Did you ever beat this level?
Yeah.
Need some.
In fact, I beat all of stage 2 in that video.
Coming dead.
Up.
And whoop.
Yeah. The one problem I kept having was like, I'm
bullshit.
unclear. Yeah, you're very unclear on how much space you actually occupy, though.
Yeah, you are.
Boom.
Because there are a couple of them like, I blamed it on that. No, apparently not.
Well, I immediately, if it wasn't for the timer, I adopted the strategy for a minute there. The game lies to you. He's like, oh, I'll just ride this truck out for this fucked up part. And the truck's like, no, you won't. I'm just going to run into this fucking tree.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to drive off this cliff. Okay.
Fucking truck. This is why I have truck issues.
Truck issues.
Truck issues. Guess we need to check.
Vote.linuxgamecast.com.
Come on, don't be a dick.
Notre Dame Good Time is still in the lead, followed by Advanced Trolling. I'm gonna give Pussport us a vote. It's the Pussport.
Truck former.
Truck formers, more than meets the truck.
Truck yourself. Ah, no one did Direct Trucks 10. Bullshit.
Did you say that one?
No, but we should have.
Yeah. Super Trucks cart.
Let's pull that and...
You ever pull a truck, Vin? You ever did a truck pull?
Did I ever date a truck pool?
Did you ever do a truck pull?
The fuck's a truck pull?
Where they like strap you to a truck with a harness and you have to like pull the truck with your power.
Fucking Canada, man.
I'm just curious. You do like a bunch of weird gym classes.
Here's the link, Truggy. You can watch it, download it, do whatever you want with it.
No. I like did the keg thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like the overhead keg toss.
The picking the keg up and pushing it up, then do a couple of those. They'll fucking wear you out.
Oh yeah.
And the tractor tires, I flipped those. But no, a decided lack of trucks.
I was watching like a World's Strongest Man from like 1978, 77. And, like they straight up just had like a fucking trolley full of people that they had these guys pull. It was so jank back then. It was great.
Well, they were doing the crazy shit. They're like, oh, pull the 747 with your taint.
Yeah. No, the best part was like the bar bends where they give people like a piece of rebar and you gotta see how far you can bend it. Everyone's trying to like bend it over their heads and they think that's a great idea. They start bleeding. It's like, man, hardcore.
Boom.
Yep. That engine came flying straight out. I saw that one.
It was just excited, man. Listen, baby, listen. I swear, this never happens. Boop.
I swear, baby. Please.
And I was like,
Please don't run.
What are you trying to say? What do you mean, baby? Your dick doesn't normally fall off? That would be the equivalent if we were.
Yeah, because I'm scientifically accurate Spider-Man.
Goddamn right.
And my dick falls off.
Say that name again.
Heisenberg. Does his dick fall off?
Twice.
I know his hair falls out.
His hair fall. Wait. All right. I thought he shaved it.
Heisenberg? Well,
Yeah.
the chemo would have made him go bald anyway.
Man,
right?
it could have been like the anti-hair chemo or pro-hair chemo. Turned him into the Wolfenberg.
Fucking turns him into I would watch Breaking Bad if Walter White was a Sasquatch.
I mean,
Meth-
if we're just gonna be
cooking
honest about
Sasquatch.
it, right? part Sasquatch, part meth. Breaking Squanch.
All meth.
Breaking Squanch is a different show, man.
Listen, it all leads to porn. So
It all leads to managing a Dunkin' Donuts in Iowa.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah, maybe I should give Breaking Bad another rewatch. Or a rewatch.
I think
I've only
it-
watched it the first time.
I watched a little bit. I probably watched maybe like a series and a half of it. This has been like 3 or 4 years ago, like maybe only a year after it went off. I'm probably like 2 or 3 years out. Then I'm gonna have to. That's gonna like because that's a good background show.
I don't know, because like there are some pretty intense scenes there that you just get like super into. Man, I've been watching DS9 and like fucking Mike shows up in one of the episodes early on.
Mike?
Wasn't he a teacher in Community?
Yeah, he was. The cop dude, the ex-cop, Ermintrout.
I still
Mr.
gotta
Herman
get caught up on Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I think season 4 just ended.
I haven't. Yeah, I finished on series 2, and I keep meaning to watch it.
Oh yeah. Season 3 is pretty good. The ending's a little weird. I'm curious how they're gonna. That's why I want to watch season 4, because like the season 3 ending is kind of crazy.
I'm tempted to get into Doom Patrol. I've watched the first episode of that. I'm kind of like, maybe. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I'm like, I could watch it.
Yeah, I might do Doom Patrol. Like the whole I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but like they all die at the end, because that's what happens to all the Doom Patrols, is they just die.
Well,
That's why they're called that.
Now I'm not gonna watch it.
Good. I hear Chernobyl's pretty good.
Yeah, I hear they all die at the end.
Well, most of them do. Some of them get evacuated.
Oh, is it another Chernobyl thing that's like mutants attacking the people who go there on?
No, I think this one's just like a documentary on Chernobyl. No,
Okay.
like a docudrama or whatever.
They put a GoPro on a giant mechanical spider. It's a little slaughtery, but you know.
Oh yeah, no, it's yeah. This one's a docudrama, so it's like the story of what happened at Chernobyl.
Well, the best I can tell, Trugs, is it didn't immediately turn into Will Smith, the movie. Hey, look, we got Will Smith in this movie, and hey, with a supporting cast. I'm like, really? The shooty guy? We're focusing on the shooty guy? What's your skill? I shoot well.
I'm Deadshot, bitch.
It's like, you're the equivalent of the shoveler from Mystery Men. You're not the main character. Sorry.
Who was Mr. Furious? I think all three of them were the main characters.
Well, the only one that had like legit power was the Invisible Kid, Mr. Invisible.
Yeah. I guess Janine Garofalo's character too, because like
oh yeah, Bowling Ball.
Yeah, Bowling Ball.
Her father's skull. Yeah, maybe it was just her father's skull that had power.
Yeah, sure, but like she had something that could do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and and I can only turn invisible when no one's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it doesn't count if someone is watching you digitally through a security camera.
Nope.
Nope.
Don't count. All right. Let's round this out.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know fav icons could be animated.
Yeah, that's a recent thing, I think.
favicon.gif.
All right, we need Voltron spin.
You Voltron me right round, baby, right round like a Voltron baby, right round, round,
just like that. All right, in 3, 2.
And it's about time we put a bit of a bow on this show. What we did.
Some weird fucked up bow, man. This bow's like diseased.
I mean, we've been going on for a while, but it was mostly technical issues. If you weren't watching it live, it may, actually be a good one to go back and actually watch the full unedited version, just because there was fire. There was plenty of fire. And if you'd like to let us know how disappointed you were because you didn't watch us live, and I don't know,
I don't think anyone's gonna go, yeah, I avoided that, and I'm really disappointed. I intentionally didn't do it, and whoa, you got me there, Pedro. I'm sold.
But hey, maybe your house is on fire, so let us know. Go to LinuxGameCast.com. Don't worry about calling 911. It's fine.
Don't worry about being in a burning building. Just send us some emails while shit's on fire.
Yeah. LinuxGameCast.com. Hit the contact button. Make sure you pick LGC Weekly for this particular bit of hate mail. And yeah, that's it. Just let us know what you think. House burned down and whatnot. So first up is, it's a developer that technically their game isn't out yet, so I guess they get a pass. And Skysgard says,
Stellan Skarsgård?
Yes. We are a 2-member team working on a
He says hi.
Hi. We are a 2-members team working on a pixel platform tactic game, almost got it right there, named Irkalla, coming to Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. The game features mech and demons battling in a desolate world. Here you can see more about it, and there's a link for their website. The project has gone through some development difficulties, but things are finally coming together, and the reason why we are contacting you is because we are looking forward to announce that the game development has been reactivated, and it would be awesome if you guys could help us spread the word. Thank you very much, and looking forward to hearing from you. All the best. Skysgard, whatever.
So I guess because they have no distributable binary, we can't actually test it because they don't have any code.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
There you go, developers. The best way to get your game on Linux Gamecast Weekly is to tell us that you're starting to code it.
Good luck, man. Hopefully the project doesn't eat butt again, and you finish making it.
You know, I did have a look at their screenshots, and it looks like, the first Risk of Rain, where someone actually took the camera and put it.
Oh, not like the second one where it's not available on Linux?
Yes, the second one's not available on Linux. It is a Unity game too, so motherfuckers. But yeah, no, the pixel art does look all right, and I hope it does turn out to be a really nice game because, yeah, visually it looks good.
All right. Next, but definitely not last, Matthew, he's coming in. He's like, best recording device for lazy people, ? He says, I would like to capture footage from the Lutris box, which is the thing he has, prototype. Okay. But I don't want recording to affect performance. Plus, I'm pretty lazy. This has been established on multiple occasions. I have a good i7 workstation next to the game console that can be used for recording. What would be the best device at this time to record 1080p 60 footage off an HDMI output? I'm not looking for something cheap, but I don't need any fancy features either. Just something that gets the job done easily on Linux. Also, Jules Chair's a penguin. Des boys.
Des bisous. Des bisous.
Yeah, you fucked it up too. So
yeah. Well, if only there was some sort of like website hosted by Amazon that documents all
doesn't
of
exist. Quit lying to people, man.
All the stuff that we use might be helpful. I don't know.
I don't know. Look, there it is. That'll do it.
Yeah. That's the black version of this.
Racist.
It is the same device. I have yet to get brave enough to crack it open where I can find the actual chipset so I can just order it directly on AliExpress for like $10.
LS USB. It gives you the chipset.
That's non-searchable.
It's not hard enough, Pedro. You gotta get it to crack it open.
If you want something that is a little bit higher quality and really not much more, the Elgato Camlink. It's going to run you about 125 watt sneaky cache. Same thing, USB 3. It's just class compliant. You plug it in, it's going to work. It's a little nicer than these, but these get the job done. I mean, at the end of the day.
You did a review on those and you posted it on LinuxGameCast.com, didn't you?
Didn't you see the part about him being lazy?
I was so lazy he can't even put a video on. Is like, okay, maybe I should figure this out.
Then I was too lazy to read that part.
Oh shit, one-upsmanship. I can't compete with that. No sir. But yeah, let's go ahead and cue the music. You can always find us around 9:30 Eastern Standard Moon Time, where we try to get this nightmare train pulling down the tracks, and sometimes it just eats all the dicks like it did this evening, but we still power through it. We like the challenge. At least I like the challenge for like the first 10 minutes. I'm sick of it, but hey, I like doing a show and I like hanging out with everyone. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at Vin Stone on Twitter, or I think just at Vin on mast.linuxgamecast.com. Go get federated, fam.
I can't come up with a good Dominion joke for that. I'm Jordan Svung. You can find me at the Burning Fool on Twitter, or at Frojo at past.linuxgamecast.com. Google Plus doesn't exist anymore. I almost said plus Jordan Svung, but you can try going to that URL. I'm not sure that's going to be particularly helpful. What about you, Peter? Are you still on Google Plus?
I don't know. I haven't actually tried to go to google.com/plus but hey, if you'd like to, I don't know, scream in my direction, because I mean, old deities know that I deserve it. You can do so on Twitter. That's usually the preferred way. Just at unaccounted4. That's FOUR at the end. And I am on Mastodon. I'll get a notification if you ping me on there, but I don't really hang around. I just go there for the federated timeline because there's a lot of porn.
He'll get a notification. He'll spend like 30 seconds like, I don't remember the login. And
no. Google remembers that login for me.
That's the thing. What we learned tonight, shit can go wrong, but you know what? We also learned that we are the most persistent motherfuckers. I can't speak to our quality, but we show up.
We're quote unquote consistent.
We're there. Thanks everyone making this possible. Let's have some credits and kind of show you off.
Oh yeah. Vodkitis?
accoutrements.
We got to thank all the freaking executive producers here who make it happen.
Foxy, MT, Atomic, Mike G, or Brent, Drama 7, Alice, Hoplo, Mac Geek.
Oh
Frank's back.
Man, yeah, that's great. I missed the guy. How's he been?
Yeah, I had to patch him up. We had a domestic
anyway.
Dispute.
You punched.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Why are you beating up Frank, man? What did he ever do to you?
Listen,
You punched.
it was a crime of passion.
Oh, you punched his skull clean off.
Yeah. Well, why do you think he's wearing glasses now to cover up those black eyes you gave him?
You know, I had to fix the glasses.
Serves you right.
I blame the Santa hat.
You just see red and then you get enraged.
Actually, I saw white in the dark, and Brain's like, you know what? Punch that. We'll ask about it later.
There's some follow-ups there that I'm just gonna hit the eject button on.
That's because you pieced out. Pedro knows the whole story. Diana, sweet, lovely fire. You beautiful, beautiful people.
Yeah, no, the Mastodon Federated timeline has a lot of porn in it.
Yeah, it does.
How much porn?
Lots.
A lot.
Think 14-year-old, 13-year-old male. That level.
It's like, oh, what's this? A social media where I can just post all of the porn? Okay.
That's how Pedro got busted for child pornography. The end.
I don't go on Mastodon.
Told you.
I don't know, man. It's like I don't watch hentai. No. You can tell me all your favorite tentacle porns.
Yeah, no, that doesn't do it for me.
Needs to be more extreme. Got it.
No, it's just cartoons. It just doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you like watching real snuff porn then?
Pretty much. And by that, you mean snuffleupagus porn.
Yeah.
Use that trunk, baby.
listen-
Use it good.
Hot Muppet on Muppet action.
See if we can get a hold of Henson, see if we can commission some snuff porn.
Snuffleupagus.
Creature Works. Be like, hey man, do some snuff porn.
Oh man.
For multiple other reasons, I know this video's not getting monetized, so I'm just like, fuck it at this point, you know.
my, in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
We've already burnt that bridge tonight.
At least Amazon's not mad at us. We
Right.
didn't do the thing.
Yeah. See, on Tuesday when I went to set up the live stream, I saw like the list of videos, and I saw it's like, oh, LWDW 160 something is it may not be appropriate for all advertisers, and yet all of the LGC uncuts were just fine.
Here's the thing. Do you know what it is? The algorithm. The word. No, it's. I'll try to explain it if you want me to.
Sure. Why not?
It's uncut. That's what triggers it.
Oh, just like having the word uncut
Yeah,
in there.
it'll be perfectly monetized and everything the next day or that afternoon or whatever when I go to post it. And when I change it from, live pre-show to uncut, give it 30 minutes after that. Then just for fun, I was like, I requested a review. And it's like, no, this has been manually reviewed by a human being. It's totally porn. And I'm like, thanks for just lying to my face, YouTube. It's good to know that that's not even a thing when you request a manual review.
Nope.
Bigger, longer, and uncut. All right, I'm gonna grab a smoky poo, and then I guess we're doing some Jackbox.
I think tonight we're just gonna roll a little Jackbox for a piece out.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
stuff.
in that case, I need more whiskey.
Alright, I'll just sit here and melt with those fuckos. Peace out. What's up, Shadril? Oh. I think everything's gonna be alright. We didn't have any issues with the recording. That one together. Let's see. And
The internet is for porn. Well, it was. Right up until Facebook became a thing.
Are we pretending that Facebook's not just straight up porn?
No. They frown on the nipple.
I don't know, man. I tapped out of, and this is not a humble brag. I'm not trying to be a fucking hipster. Facebook never did. I was on the Facebook when I was in university, and it was just a fucking place to hook up. I'm not. If anyone tells you anything different, I do. Usually for professors with students. It's now. I mean, I guess like what 2006, 2007 is like fuck this. I'm out. Didn't do it for me.
Yeah, that's around the time that it went public. I joined Facebook because of Nori.
Like a bad idea.
Because she's like, I'm on Facebook. Like, okay, I'll make a Facebook account. Like, okay. She was totally dating someone else at the time.
You know, that always puts you in a permanent position to where if you're like, oh,
Yes.
well, I guess it was my turn eventually. Man, you're braver than I am. That is like living with that karma spirit bomb over your head, just waiting, man.
Oh, I've been making amends.
I don't fucking believe in karma, but I have a strong dose of just in case.
Hopefully, I've reached karmic balance now, because, yeah.
You're gonna end up in karmic again. I'm sorry, everyone. I hope it had to be done. Not proud of it.
I mean, technically, Truggy, I met Nori in MapleStory, and I mean, this was before Facebook was public, so we did have, it wasn't MySpace in Portugal, it was High Five. That was like the social network.
Yeah, in Canada there was like a Nexopia or whatever that was fairly popular back when MySpace was still, back when there was still like competition in the social media space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until High Five went the way of the dodo, or basically they changed a lot of stuff and people weren't happy about it. And Nori's like, yeah, I'm on Facebook. Like, okay, I'll go to Facebook.
People would like track you down on Facebook, man. I don't know if it was them or like the early days of the algorithm. Like, hey, remember? It's like, hey, yeah, I didn't accidentally lose contact with you. I mean, that wasn't a thing.
This was deliberate. Goodbye.
Right?
I don't think it was the algorithm. Like straight up, a lot of the pitch for a bunch of people for Facebook was like, "Oh, find your old friends and get in touch with them. See if you fucking I don't know, still want to bang or something."
Well,
so I know a lot of people use Facebook for that.
I genuinely remember the poke button. That was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
poking each other.
Yeah. Poke, poke.
All right, let me get something to drink. I will see if I can bring audio up on Discord through
MSN.
a browser. What was it? Net video. Microsoft had Skype way back. It was like Net 1 or something like that. It was for
And MSN
dial-up.
Messenger had video calls as well.
Yeah, this was before Messenger, dog. We're genuinely talking 1996. Somebody will be like, yes, here's the thing. It'll be incoming in a second. And See You See Me? That was also a thing?
Yeah, no. Getting classmates at the time to
Maybe not, Steve. Maybe somebody had a lot of positive karma stored the fuck up and they were just a dick. You ever think about it? Just saying, man. I'll make the rules.
Yeah, no. It's like the entire class was my entire class was on MSN Messenger, and we had this huge chat with everyone in it. It was like Slack before Slack was a thing.
Man, like the only time, like the longest conversation I like maintained running was with a roommate. Because it was novel.
Yeah, it was MSN Messenger that I remember. Whoa, wait a second. What's this pigeon thing? Like, oh, it can do MSN. And I don't have to deal with Microsoft's crap installer that tries to install all the crap. Like, okay, I'll use that instead.
Alright, this is gonna be dodgy. Let's see if I can... I don't even know if this works in Brave. We'll find out.
Well, it is, Blink, so...
That's not doing a recording sync. Actions, voice and video. Input device. Device 1? Let me just reboot that device. How about that? Does that sound like a life hack?
That'll do it.
We'll have to remember to jiggle Jordan's video. And by reboot it, I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in, but not until I come back. Because I need to get something to drink. Yeah, remind Jordan to...
Yeah. Hey Jordan, do the thing with your video.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally just sat down and saw a black screen and was moving my mouse to do the thing just as you were saying it. I'm like, you're fucking telling me what to do, piece of shit. You're not my real dad.
I don't know. Your real dad then told me to tell you to do that. So
he's not my real dad either. He's my mom. I'll listen to what she says too. So you know, whatever. Man, net meeting with those really crappy old webcams.
I had a 0.3 megapixel one.
Was it USB?
Yeah, USB 1.0. It was also a digital camera that had an internal storage for, I think it was 16 pictures, and the magnificent resolution of the pictures was 320 by 240.
High crisp, high definition images.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got every single detail.
It's like I had a Nokia 7250i back then, and it had a better camera than that stupid thing.
Oh man, yeah. Early camera phones really sucked too.
Yeah.
Though I suppose, yeah, I suppose like it was valuable in the sense that now everyone has a fucking camera on them at all times, which is why there've been no more Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah. No more Bigfoot, no more UFOs. Yeah. And every single phone nowadays like has a dual camera at the back, so it's like, oh, extra crisp pictures. Okay.
Oh yeah, like I guess there are like serious photography people who like just straight up buy purpose-built cameras, but like you have a decent camera in your pocket at all times.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. It's like, oh, 13 megapixels. Yeah.
Let's see.
Engage, yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I think I got
Engage.
it. Might have did it.
Engage. Man, I played a little bit of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on the Engage, and I had it for the Game Boy Advance, and GBA port was actually pretty good, all things considered. Yeah, and yeah, the Engage version was terrible.
Yay!
And there's Jordan and there's Pedro. Yay! Good
Yay.
show. Despite the fires. Great show.
Oh, so much fire.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the fire.
Sorry, Pedro. You might have been muted on accident. Because again, remember the thing about all the fucking controls being moved over one?
Yes.
On top of everything else, I've been fighting that tonight.
Yeah.
Fighting muscle memory.
That explained a couple like what the right.
Yeah, 100% no. I caught it. I was like, God damn it.
I did that last night doing the lighting for this performance. I'm going next scene, and I missed and got the scene after that. Whoops, wrong one. So quick, oh crap! And I look up, and the sound person's looking at me, and I go, I missed. I missed the button.
Oh, doesn't
I got the
happen
next
that
one.
often.
Well,
I'm
you know,
sure.
it's always fun when you do, and everyone's like, hey, did you know that thing that you obviously is fucking up? Yeah, by the way, did you know about it? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Did you know about
Thankfully,
it?
no, I was quick enough. No one noticed except for the sound guy.
What's going on, guys?
Oh man.
Moxie's fucking up the lighting.
We were having a
Hey,
good time.
Pennywise.
I gotta cut this fucking ceiling fan on. I'm smelting.
Oh yeah.
At least y'all had enough fire.
Blue vent. I could go purple now.
Andy.
Well, give me a minute, Foxy. I have to reboot the light bulbs.
I do have one like that I have to reboot in this room. I do have a rebootable
God damn
light
it!
bulb.
Why the fuck are we living in like the fucking dystopia where you have to reboot your light bulbs?
This is the future we're living
So
in.
they'll connect back to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they need to download the firmware update so that they can connect to the Wi-Fi that they can't connect to download the firmware
First
update.
world problems.
You know,
Yes.
it was I grinned to myself when I was setting up QoS for the fucking light bulbs. True story.
I'm gonna go live in the woods. Goodbye. The sun will be my light bulb. It's fine. Internet of shit.
We are living in that particular dystopia.
The moral of the story is it's probably the sex robots that will ultimately kill us.
Oh, all the hells,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah, no. If like given the opportunity to fuck robots, yeah, game over. We're done.
Here's what I was thinking about the other day, man. I was like, whoever it was, they were just having like a theoretical bullshit. It's like, so what do you think about aliens? Do you think they would ever like fuck with us or anything, or they're just that general that conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, it's like, because before that they were talking about AI, and it's like, what if the Vulcans, like, oh, they got to achieve warp technology? what if all the other sentient aliens is just other AI, and they don't contact until the singularities happen, and it's killed all the bullshit organic stuff on the planet, and is like a real, what they would consider a legit life
yeah.
form.
All sorts of fucking great filter events could exist. The fact remains that like the mastery of like science and technology required to be able to effectively move from point A to point B in space means that any alien could observe us and we'd have no idea that they're there. Like, no way.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Like if you're fucking capable of efficient interstellar transport, fuck man, like
You're fucked.
You're wizards. You're fucking wizards. I don't know what you can do. I don't know what you're capable of because we don't have that. We don't know what you need to do.
No,
to
I
do
mean
that.
this is why it's kind of hard to watch, because like if something can do interstellar fucking, by the time it shows up, like we're gonna mount it. I was like, listen, man, by the time they're done communicating with whatever fucking smell we're gone.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no like, you're like, pfft. The fuck was that?
Yeah.
Someone dropped their mic.
Click.
Not me this time.
Whoop, sorry. I think that was the mute switch on my mic.
Oh, okay. That was great.
That's a loud ass mute switch.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
I normally don't use it, but
Well, it's the mute switch. His mute switch is plugging it into the.
It's a hardware mute switch.
Yeah, man, it's old school.
Chink, chink.
Let me see.
Treggy, come up a little bit. Could hardly hear you.
Let's go ahead and cut
Was he
that.
speaking really fast just then?
Yeah. I think so.
It's messed
Oh,
up.
okay,
man.
cool. Sounded Scottish there.
Did you say 50% Truggy?
50% druggy, baby.
I mean, we may possibly need 85 to 97% Truggy.
Nope, that's not legal.
No.
Nah.
I think we can smuggle some in. Pedro, open your butt.
Yep. Listen, man, you got to take one for the trugs.
Yay, Jackbox!
No, we're not doing. What are you talking about?
Man,
Are those still running Flash?
Yeah, they are, man.
yes.
Yeah.
SWF, man.
Well, it does its job. Poorly, but it does its job.
Hey, man, it's a better love story than Adobe Air, right?
I had to work with Adobe Air, and yeah, I say yes.
Yeah, I used to be a
Much better
fucking
love story.
Shockwave developer. Cry for me.
Yeah, so was I. Okay, I was an action script. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't get to use training wheels.
Oi!
There's a gaping difference, and I say this out of have sympathy for me, between ActionScript and Lingo.
I love how this
there
is the equivalent of when I was your age. I had to walk uphill to go to school and back both ways.
Yeah.
Just because you get, listen, man, the adults are talking, all right?
It's great. You keep maintaining that fucking illusion. I'm just gonna sit here and die after.
There's no illusion to it. This is like IRL Skinner, man, when he's like, I used to be with it. It's going to happen to you too, motherfucker, so.
Oh no, I'm yeah.
Get the shots in while you can, youngin.
Eventually, the children will be wrong. That's just how it is. That is an unavoidable point of life or fact of life. The children are wrong.
You're actually going to say you actually build a PC?
Well, I thought you were going to say build a child, but.
No,
That
what
too?
you don't fucking plug your neck into the fucking internet or whatever.
No, you don't
What,
get
isn't
the
your
internet
computer on
to
the
the
cloud somewhere?
chip in your brain? What?
Yeah. I
You
bet
need to
you
use an
100%.
external
No, no.
device?
I bet you a fucking nickel that
Back.
that someone's gonna try and like build a brain interface exactly like the Matrix one and like get one working specifically because he saw that in the Matrix and he thought that was a good
look
idea.
up the company, one of Elon that he's where it's called, I think, Neuralink.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
they
this was like a
doing
couple of
the
months
I've seen
ago.
those
He
sort of things,
was
yeah.
on fucking Rogan's show, and that's the one where He was like, we're close.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is that the one where we're still on the stock left?
The full dive internet.
I still think the cybernetic brains of Ghost in the Shell will come before anything else.
I mean, all those are as
With
they've
external
basically figured out a
memories
way
and
to
stuff.
like fucking encase your brain and then remove it and put it in another body. That's like the whole point of Ghost in the
Yeah,
Shell.
pretty much. Yeah. Very
Isn't
much
that
so.
free, Jack?
I don't think maybe he is bald, so he could have had his skull.
And then we find out that this whole world is like Free Jack's creation. He's been plugged into
Here's
the
the
Matrix
thing,
and
though.
basically he's the
Here's the
architect.
thing, man. If we are living
They
in
all
a simulation, I've been like, yeah, figures. I would not even blink.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Oh.
yeah, it makes more sense than a lot of shit that's went on
Yeah,
in my life.
exactly. You can, yeah.
All of them are tied together, probably.
The set, like honestly, the fact of the matter is like, oh, you're living in a situation, well, or a simulation and a situation. Well, shit, you're stuck, right? Like,
Well,
I'm not-
that's the whole thing, Brad. I mean, if you're like, oh no, you're powering Rick's fucking battery, I'm like, yeah, that makes more
Yeah.
sense than what I've been through so far. Yeah.
oh man,
Why
it's
in
just slavery with extra steps. All right.
room code?
Jackbox has been better in the browser then.
Yay, I'm in. You guys want a room code?
I
Yeah.
do. Want
Yes,
a room
yes.
code.
Okay, we're playing one that everyone. I think we get like 30 players, so I can just put it in. Discord.
Oh shit, it's this one.
Racketeering.
Yeah.
It's a bracketeering.
Look at all the people that can read.
Well, no, I just.
I wasn't up on my screen at that point. You know,
Look at all the
strange
people
lag
that are
and all
getting
that.
defensive about being able to read.
No, we just know it by the music and the.
It's anticipation.
Oh shit, they can hear too. Goddamn, multitasking motherfuckers listen to this show.
They have two senses, man. That's too much. That's too many. We gotta poke one of them out.
Oh, they're monsters, man. Juggernauts.
Go for the ears.
Link please for jackbox.tv, man. That's the litmus test.
Yeah.
I can't sit back. I need to get a better chair than this.
Yeah, you do. You were genuinely sitting at like my dining table has chairs like that, and I don't.
That's
sit on
because
it.
it's a dining table chair.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a betting man. I think there might be a connection.
Yeah, I have the cheapo IKEA dining table chairs. They're very good for sitting for like 30 minutes so you can eat. And that's about it.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a fucking hand-me-down. Like these were custom made, and there was a table that went with them, and I told the movers to just chuck the table, but I neglected to tell them to chuck the chairs. And I accept that I made that omission. I realized that I should have been more specific. That one's on me. I understand that 100%. So now I have a bunch of fucking chairs.
Okay, we got 12 of 16. This is what we're gonna roll with.
Okay.
Element
Yay.
OP.
Okay.
We'll give everyone just the last second. That's jackbox.tv. Room code, cleverly labeled. I'm going to go ahead and tell everyone that's playing along. I will nuke you from orbit. I mean, be fun, be creative, be a little naughty, but you do something, anything like, you know what I'm talking about. I'll come after you. I'll find you.
He has a very specific set of skills.
Daddy
Not
knows.
really, man. I just tie pager to a stick and throw it through your fucking window, man. It's not pretty. I'm not proud of it, but that will happen.
Those plane tickets are getting expensive, then.
Listen, I look at it as a hobby, so I'm able to. All right.
I look at it as a business expense, so keep doing it.
Man,
All right.
I am
here we
scared
go.
to deduct jack shit, dude. I don't know.
Fun waiting to be unleashed. We'll be posing some of life's most important questions. Your answers will be
Like, what if the
paired off in
aliens
a
are
no
way ahead of you,
holds
Gabe?
barred tournament. And your votes will determine which answers advance in the bracket. As we whittle down to our championship winner, this is bracketeering. I'm sending the topic of our first bracketeer devices now.
Oh boy.
The grossest thing for a human to cough up. Apparently, we're really going for the ick factor with this one. Type in the answer you think has the best chance of winning and hit send. If your answer wins the entire bracket, you'll be rolling in cash. By the way, you can join the audience and play along by going to jackbox.tv and entering the room code.
All right, I got one.
Time's running out.
Alright.
That's time.
TikTok.
Shoot.
Your answers are being
Oh,
judged off
Jill?
in one-on-one matchups.
I heard that.
Means it's
I was
time
checking.
to
shit.
the prediction table. On your
I was
device,
helping.
you'll see one of the upcoming matchups for this
distracted.
bracket. If you can predict the answer that will get the most votes, you'll earn some
right.
sweet moves.
Oh, damn it! I should have finished listening. I would have picked my own. It's going to win. Damn it.
The predictions are in. It's time to dive into our first bracket.
Oh shit.
Oh boy. Use your device to vote on which you think deserves to
Ah,
win.
powder toast man.
But don't forget to
Yeah,
change
powder
your
toast
vote.
Right on Simpy, man.
Damn right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Walking away with it.
Powder toast man. Yes, powder toast man.
Who got it? Who's mad?
Me. I am
Alright.
Madam Licky.
Our next
So you just make up fucking names. You're like, how do you know the fucking name I just made up? That's why I asked.
Snuffleupagus. I like that.
Yeah, we'll go Snuffleupagus. Yeah, the Snuffles.
Just by sheer volume.
That is gross.
Yeah.
Told you.
Good one, North Ranger. Good one.
Money if you guessed it.
Well, do I get points for making it?
What do we see what's going on?
I think so at the end.
At the end, yeah.
Spelling it
It's a
right.
bracket like this that truly makes this game the sport of kings.
Keyboard
Oh my
lens.
god.
Keyboard wins.
An upset
Keyboard
making.
lens, man.
The
would
nastiest
be-
substance in existence.
That would be horrible. Do you know how hard it is to lick it all out and just like lose it?
That's why you get that flavor putty.
Fucking delicacy,
Scoop it all out.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that was going to come
Time
in
to
here soon.
round out the bracket with this vicious matchup.
Yeah.
Yep, alright, I'm going to go with that one.
That's gonna be a bit of
Oh,
a
it's not
tie
gonna be
here.
that easy. It's not gonna be that easy.
The struggle is
Oh
real.
shit. 6-4. 5-6.
So Whitebeard shavings
6 to
are
6.
clearly
Oh,
grosser
okay.
than Jordan's semen.
Oh,
Listen,
bitch,
apparently my semen isn't that gross.
tapping on your device as fast as you can.
Tippity taps, tippity taps, tippity taps. Yeah! Come on!
Super Saiyan.
Nicholas.
Super cage, super cage. Yes!
Super cage.
Broken. Finally, we can go on with our lives.
His now.
Nicholas Cage is grosser than my beard shaving.
Schindler's not an action hero.
Lucky winners.
Listen, do you want to cough up Nicolas
Get on to round
Cage?
2. It's time to make another prediction.
Like, you mean I don't even have to pay?
You've got a new matchup waiting for you on your
Oh,
device.
shit.
Predict the one you think is
Oh.
going to win.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's going to be tricky.
OGC versus Nicolas Cage. Wow.
I think the three of us like we could do that. I think we could take on Nicolas Cage.
We could do.
Wicked, wicked
totally
dude.
Ooh.
We can do.
in the fucking wiki Wild Wild West.
Do we
yeah.
each get a mechanical spider
The predictions are in.
to fight
yeah,
Superman?
it's jousting.
Jump back to our
Okay.
bracket for round 2.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
Come on, powder toast man. Powder toast man.
Oh,
Powder
snuffy.
toast man.
No.
But Snuffleupagus.
Oh, come on, powder toast man.
Snuff.
Not the Snoops.
Come on, Patatos Man. Oh, yay!
I bet against myself, by the way.
Our winner moves on to the final, but let's find out what they'll face off against.
No, sir. I don't like it.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, this is gonna be a hard one.
It is.
Yes.
It's not a hard one.
No.
Fuck's sake.
Well, it is. Yeah, Nicholas Cage.
Oh, look at these traitorous motherfuckers. You followers. You're like, oh no, the other team. I want to be on that one now.
Close.
That was mine.
Oh my god. Patatos
And
Man
now
and
the
Nicolas
definitive
Cage.
matchup.
Shit.
Oh,
son.
shit.
There's no winner here. We all lose.
Whoever wins, we lose.
They just need to be friends.
Is it Nicolas Cage as Patatos Man?
Yes.
Go down, Toasty.
See, Nicolas
Going
Cage
down,
as Powder Toast Man would actually be pretty gross.
It was a challenge.
Come on,
Nicolas
Patatos
Cage
Man.
can
You
do it all.
Burn.
Oh, come on. That was close as.
Wow, what a bracket. Let's see how the scores shook out.
So who won that?
I came in
Who
fourth.
did Nicolas Cage?
Wait. No, yeah, fourth. I'll look for that.
I came second. Okay.
It's time for the blind bracket. All you'll be given is the category.
Uh-huh.
Enter any word ending in ing. Go ahead and write the first thing that comes to mind. We'll see the real bracket title after you answer.
All right. Good luck, Internet.
Okay.
I mean, like we're monetized.
Time's running out.
Oh man, it's uncut, right?
Oh my
Live and
gosh.
uncut.
Let's see what this bracket is really about.
Let's not. No.
Bravest thing to list
Yeah.
under special skills on your college application.
Yeah.
Time to get
Okay, all right.
That one.
The predictions are
Oh
in.
no, Jill. What did you do?
Starting things off.
I heard that evil in your voice.
That's no flibbity jibby boing, so yeah.
Benning.
No, that's like somebody trying to
I
type it
was
out.
gonna do that, but nah.
Had
I
a
thought that was
stroke.
too easy.
You will not be denied.
Good luck.
Ah, well, Pedro better than the golfing. Did not make it.
Moving on to our next matchup.
I see what's happening.
I'm gonna go that one.
It's really
Just
You
because-
gotta play the game, man. That's how you do it.
Oh,
You gotta
yeah,
play the game.
fine.
If you can't compete, you gotta try to game the
Swinging
system.
the votes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's see what's happening over on the other side of the bracket.
Right fielders.
This is one for the ages.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah, I'll go that one then.
Splatoonking?
Ladunking.
Duncan.
Splatoonking. Yeah, I didn't stutter.
Some heads were spinning.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
It's something white people do, is my guess.
When you
cave diving.
some sluts, man.
Get over the other guy's belly.
Splatoinkle.
Padoinkle.
That's the one I get coming up with.
Bracket with this vicious matchup.
Ladunking.
Yep.
See, I thought we were going to combine cocaine and humping, and it didn't happen.
Oh, cocaine sex party.
This one's
Freeze
looking
humping.
over.
So isn't that just sticking your dick in the
Nah,
freezer.
man, it's like freeze tag with sex.
Way more ice. Way more
Whoop,
ice.
that went up the butt.
Before we get on to round
that's
2,
Yeah, ice up the
it's
butt.
time to make another prediction.
Oh, it's like choosing between two parents.
That's off Nicolas Cage in there.
The
like
predictions
choosing-
are in.
It's like choosing
Let's jump
which
back
of your
to our
children
bracket
to
for
kill.
round
And just
2.
pick all of them.
It's a bracket like this that truly makes this game the sport of kings.
Come on, Ven created LGC. What the hell?
Rub it in, man. Rub it
So
in.
technically, LGCing is vending, or vending is LGC.
Yes.
Circle gets the square.
All I brought was
One
a
more match
triangle.
to determine our finals.
Splodoinking.
Spadoinkle!
Nope.
Oh come on! I cannot be the only one that was going to do that.
Well,
There
that
we
should
go,
fill
that's
the
better.
empty void of your existence for a while.
It really doesn't.
Shut up, game. You're not drugs.
Yeah.
And now the final face-off. What is the bravest special skill to list on a college application?
Oh god.
It begins.
Define brave. Like stupid brave or
The initial votes are coming in.
Well, if it's going to be vending, I would say stupid brave.
The lead- Moving into overtime. Tap on your device as fast as you can to cheer for your answer.
Yay!
Come on.
Okay.
I'm clicking and clicking, clicking.
Betty, Betty,
Blow the actuator on your mouse! Alright.
I can't see. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
A game today.
Damn it! Cocaine Voltroning was mine.
Oh,
Oh.
you're joking. Oh.
Let's check out that
So
scoreboard.
close. So close.
Who is Win? Who is that person?
Who is Win?
I have
That
no idea.
is Winter Cell.
I thought
Oh,
so.
okay.
It's a
Oh.
So of course
Oh,
she's
I'm
winning.
second still. Yay!
I'm second to last.
It's all been leading up to this. Time for the triple blind
Oh, boy.
bracket. This
Oh,
bracket will
boy.
change every single round. Let's start with a category. Name any animal. Who knows what crazy twists and turns this bracket will take?
all right. Define animal. Does it have to be carbon based?
Yes. No, it can be silicon based. Or maybe boron based.
It could be arsenic
Time's
based.
running
Can it be
out.
snuffle based?
Give it a try. You never know.
Is it a based snuffle?
Let's see what we're dealing with. Animal that would look funniest dressed up in human clothes. Time to get in those predictions.
Okay.
All cash is
Round and
double
round
this
it
round,
goes.
So make these choices count.
Oh my god, I just saw one there. Technically not an
The
animal.
predictions are
It's a
in.
thing, but
Let's start with a bang.
You're a thing. What?
Bang, bang.
Only one can come out on top. The struggle.
That's over. Yeah. Got it.
Empty wins.
empty
Fatality.
wins.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
And it's quite hilarious.
Next up.
Oh boy.
Nicholas Cage
Yep,
is
this
an
is the
animal.
game we're
He's a
playing.
mineral.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
He's animal, vegetable, and mineral.
Oh, that win was so big you could hear it in the next state over.
Nick, you can't play both an animal, vegetable, and mineral.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Sure, if you take your
Let's
face.
see what tensions are mounting
Space
over in the
ass.
Omega Conference. I can't believe I'm seeing this.
Oh, come on.
Fever.
No surprise.
Someone actually wrote me down. God
Pedro
damn
was
it.
close.
I just heard the word "come on."
It's over before.
Capybara gets no respect.
That was ugly.
Yeah, that's pretty ugly.
That's my brother.
And I voted against myself and I lost.
Oh. Well, shit.
How dare
my
you not
God.
select pink
no
fluffy chicken?
competition.
Pink fluffy chicken. That's gotta be them.
This is the kind
No,
of
that's not Ben's.
this is the kind of game we're playing here.
That win was so big you could hear it the next
I would
day
say
over.
reverse psychology, but it's like shooting fish in a parking lot, man.
Yeah, really.
Fluffy
it's
chicken's
not,
mine.
it's not difficult. You just play the
If
audience.
You guessed it.
The nepotism is real.
Who is
Let's
it?
switch up this bracket.
North Ranger. So
Animal
true.
that probably
True
tastes
that.
the best.
True that.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh no.
Of course. Not even.
Now we have to choose a favorite.
I'm not choosing between mommy and mommy.
Guess you gotta.
The predictions are in.
UNC tastes.
Let's jump back to our bracket for round 2. There is no love lost between these two.
That's not even fair.
Yeah,
What's
no.
wrong with you
Empty
fucking
has
monsters?
a lot of meat to his bones.
That gave
Listen,
me
no. What are you talking about? I fucking been in the same room as the man. I would not put him in my mouth.
That's your problem. You lose.
Oh.
We're just one match away from our finals.
Oh, it's gonna be
Teammates,
empty
these
and.
two answers
Oh,
mean
come
stay
on!
Oh.
This is just saying which leg do I like most.
Who do you hate the most?
I guess Jordan wins.
Set in the making.
Woo!
I'm surprised it's even this close.
I'll have you know, I am delicious.
Yes, you are, Jordan. No, no, I didn't.
Oh! Jill!
Oh,
What were you doing on that
Deep
trick?
sleeper, this one.
Best animals.
You know that Steve is taking a nap and he can't hear
Motherfucker,
her.
who do you think
'cause-
ran the
yeah.
camera?
Final face-off.
All right, who's it gonna be? Who do you want to? Whose teeth do you want to suckle from?
no brainer.
Clearly Jordan. I mean, the other one's out. I mean, if I'm choosing between hot and cold suckle,
Epic showdown. This
That was
What,
funny.
New Jersey milk or the Canadian? Empty.
But did any of that affect the final standings?
maybe.
Final
Yeah,
score.
I messed up on the last 2 rounds. I don't think I'm going anyway.
Pin.
Pennywise.
Oh, Pennywise, well done.
Yay, Pennywise.
Oh, I went way down to 6th. Oh, jeez. Jordan beat me. Jordan beat me.
That was fun. We hadn't played Jack.
'cause I'm so tasty.
It's acquired, man.
Lovely white Canadian.
It's a definite acquired taste.
Jordan tastes good.
Well, imagine Jordan, bro.
No matter, argue.
Compared with empty. Tastier.
What drugs?
Empty on a barbecue will be tastier than Jordan. Jordan's like white meat, like turkey.
Yeah, no, Jordan's been exercising way too much.
Listen,
Give me that
man.
empty.
Yeah, he'll be
Okay,
all
you gotta look at
tongue
it. You're looking at it
soon.
wrong. Maybe the
Yeah,
Matrix
oh,
just
wait.
didn't know what Jordan tasted like.
That's true.
That's why everything tastes like Jordan.
I'm the absence of taste. It's like pink. Your brain doesn't like have a thing to relate it to, so it just fills in that blank of a color.
We lack Jordan receptors.
Jordan, are you getting anywhere near £500 yet?
Oh, what do you call it? I deadlifted 585 on Friday, and
585.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
creeping up on 600.
Oh my god, my balls don't even weigh that much.
It's more than the Big Show.
But trust me, man, that sounded better before it came out.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just got to be
there's
workshopped a little bit more. Just a little more time in the oven. It'll work better next week.
It was just too easy. I'm just like, really?
You listen. You got to take swings. Not everything's going to be a home run.
Not everyone's a winner.
Exactly. That is 100%.
That's why I downloaded Rocket League.
No, I didn't have lunch.
There it is.
I deleted Rocket League.
Oh, I gotta go grab a controller.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you guys grab controllers. I'm gonna go to sleep. See you, everyone. Bye.
Night, Pedro.
Night, Pedro.
Hey, second time tonight. You're stuck here with me.
How does nori taste?
Yeah, Jack. I'm
Whoa.
There's a reason you're alone, dude. I'm just saying.
Taste at this time in the morning?
Yeah, Haplo and Drummer, I don't know if you know, but Jellybean is my brother, Jack.
Oh no, I didn't. Nice. No, I do.
It's Jack and Jill, yes. Yes. It's Jack
Oh
and
my
Jill.
god.
Excellent.
You know I drug my wife just to get on here, right?
True story.
And
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.
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 Oh, who said night? Was
I don't know.
Good job.
My controller is working.
My controller's not working, is it? Oh, maybe. Yeah, my controller's working. Yay.
I gave up on this game. I haven't played this game for ages.
I haven't played this game in months.
The only time I play is with you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while for me
Pretty
too.
much. Either that or when Empty drags me in.
This was
Which has
my
been for a
Twitch
while.
game. I used to get drunk as fuck and play this game.
Spinny came around town.
Are we gonna be doing the Rocket Leagues?
It looks like it.
Calm down.
No, I'm not.
No.
Okay,
I'm
you
here,
just got
man.
disinvited.
Sorry.
What did I do?
I didn't get
Sorry.
invited yet.
Oh, Ben, I think the Discord call got borked.
Yeah, I accidentally closed it.
Discord.
All right, yeah. I can just hang out in here.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are, Fred. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
I'll take an invite.
Jordan.
Hi, Jill.
Flying through the sky. Jordan.
Missing the ball all the time. Jordan.
That's what we need. A bit of rainbow flag.
All right. I'm just gonna run down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is whoever gets in, whoever gets in.
Yep.
What the?
And
Did you spam everybody again?
there we go. That's it. That's it.
See if Roger, see if
Oh,
Fox-
cool, Jack. You got in there. Yay.
Why didn't?
Too slow.
Huh.
Nope.
You're not judging
Oh.
keyboard and mouse?
Oh well.
Cool. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we got a full 8.
Yep, we do.
All right.
Ah.
What?
Who's got that wired up?
I'm ready with my keyboard.
Eh,
Uh,
no, you're not.
Sorry, mate.
yeah, your game audio is coming through.
Jordan, are you there, baby?
I am.
I just got to get a volume level on you.
All right, cool. I'm gonna talk a little bit, and then Ben can dial me in.
Seems legit.
Aha, Rocket League.
Presenters versus chat room.
Huh.
Oh, the presenters.
Hey everyone.
So it
Hi,
doesn't
Scoots.
seem to be doing the invites through Steam anymore. I have to actually use the Rocket League interface to get to it.
I got one through Steam and through the Rocket League interface. Did you turn
Huh.
on?
Yeah.
The bell works.
Someone
fine
has
on the
to.
Rocket League interface, ain't it?
Patrick's up north today. Yeah.
They tabbed me out
Okay.
for the invite, so
Jelly
I don't know if
Bean,
I
I
got
think
an
you
in-game
got your
too.
yeah, Jelly Bean, you got your game audio coming through your mic.
Yeah. hmm
Alan? Is that you, Alan?
Jelly Bean, your game audio is coming through your mic.
Just mute him.
Yep. All
It's
right.
very easy to do. You just go mute.
Yep. Done.
Right. Hang on just one moment as I take this down. There we go. All right.
Okay.
Good.
Again.
Searching for stupidity.
Let's dance.
Let's dance, motherfucker.
Let's dance.
Who we got? Who we got? Got Scoops, Foxy.
Pennywise,
Wait.
Trugs, and
Yeah, he's picked the room before.
Okay, why isn't it placing? Never mind.
Come on, who is?
And
Come
I
on.
drummer.
always end up with Jordan.
God damn it.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know.
What, how come we only got 3? Who did we lose?
Somebody didn't.
Oh, it's going in. Oh,
Oh, that was close. That would have been great.
Oh, there's Jelly Bean.
In the ball camera mode. It's been a while.
It's been ages since I played this. I have no idea what I'm doing.
You try to hit the ball with a car.
I'm back in gold right now. So,
she doesn't hit this other people.
Same principle, Foxy. Ball, car.
You put the ball in the hole.
oh, Ven, that would look good. Ah, nah, there's a draw.
Oh, he should.
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, Scheidenhausen.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I was on ball cam.
Fucking ball cam.
I was looking the wrong way.
I thought, yeah, I thought
You
Scotty
got
was gonna get
multitasking.
that.
Got it.
Pennywise.
Nope. That ball went in a different
Almost.
direction.
I got it.
hoped.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
You got it?
No, I don't get it.
You got it? Well, no one's in that, so I'm gonna.
Fucking missed.
Whoop! Get it out
Jordan,
there.
it's Rocket League. Of course no one's in net. Don't be silly.
Ah, shit, I missed it again.
No.
Oh, come on, go in.
Yes.
All right, Fox.
Nice shot.
You're even with yourself, Foxy.
Yes, I have redeemed myself.
Yay, Foxy,
You
Foxy,
just got
Foxy,
F'd A.
Foxy.
Alright, well, the moral of the story is I guess I gotta be goalie.
Yeah.
It's at the back now.
Doesn't matter who, because
That man seems
whoever it
to-
is, they will inevitably abandon their post.
Oh yeah.
that man seems to think there's something about it.
Damn it.
Like, exactly this moment where no one's in net. And the ball's on our side.
Don't
Too late,
focus
go.
on it.
Sorry.
Let's go. I'll sit here on my butt. It's cool. I'm probably
Jelly
gonna
Bean, you want to start moving or?
Nope.
There we go.
Oh, out of here.
Attack Jordan, I'll stay behind.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, now I'm going to it.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna.
I love the fact Jellybean didn't move for the first like minutes, and yet he made 2 saves.
Thanks, Jordan.
There we go.
Thanks, Jordan.
Oh, that was good. Oh man.
That was some good bullshit. Thank you, Truggy. Thank you for covering my buns.
Truggy.
I don't know, I did that.
I don't know how you did that either. Like, I saw the ball creeping up behind me, and I tried to like stop so that it would just bounce off my butt, but that didn't work.
Oh, such a delicious pie. According to you.
Apparently.
Huh?
Huh, indeed.
I missed it. What you said.
We're talking about Jordan's
That's
butt.
probably for the best.
Oh.
Hey man, I do lots of squats. I think
Yeah.
my butt's in good shape.
Jordan, you never told me about any abdominal break.
Go in, push, push it.
Stop fucking going.
Oh, spicy
Go in the
bullshit.
wall.
Spicy bullshit.
Watch
I love
this,
it.
right off the wall, motherfucker.
I love it. I love it.
Ah.
Welcome to hour 20 of overtime.
Go Foxy, get it. The
Oh,
fuck,
no.
dog.
Yes.
Someone else was in front of me. Who was that? Someone else
Nice
went
one,
for it.
Pennywise. Fucking. Oh, you got
Oh, never mind.
Nice Truggy.
No.
Good
Yeah,
job.
that was
Well
that
done,
was pretty
guys.
good looking spin there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gave me half an
Dual barrel roll.
Dual barrel roll.
I missed it.
I have no boost.
I missed the toilet.
Ugh. I hit the ball, but I didn't have any boost to launch it.
Missed the bowl.
Nope, too low.
Sharon. Over.
Sharon!
Oh, that's a good shot. Oh,
Bitches.
Oh,
Ah, nice.
Nice shot.
It was a fucking really nice shot.
Nice.
And-
Bounce.
and out of the way the jump.
Congratulations. That was.
Anyways, alright.
Cue
Well, I
ball
guess
shot.
I'm in net this time. Good luck.
It's a boogie.
It's a biggie.
Bossy.
Oh.
How do we keep missing? Oh my god!
Jordan, how the fuck?
You're
on top of that thing.
Yeah, a little too high. A little too high.
Oh.
Normally I go too low, so
Well, go too low, we end up somewhere where it's really stinky. Go too high and you get up a bit hairy.
Get it, Jack.
Move it in.
anyways,
There
what are
we
you
go.
doing? Why are you trying to score on your own fucking net?
Try to get an own goal.
I see goal.
I see the
Fucking
goal in them hills.
Ah, shit, sorry, I put the cross
I'm only coming out when there's enough time for the ball not to get back over you.
Fair enough.
Whiff.
Big ol' whip.
Not going in, that's too shit.
Oh, could have been a great
Oh,
opportunity to
goddamn
set up an assist. But
Oh,
Come on.
oh, Ven. Mighty Ven.
Alright.
Oh.
Overtime. Grover time.
Boom.
We're all winners.
Oh. Oh, yes, that way.
wow.
Oh, I got dunked.
Oh, fuck, how did you all miss that?
Alright, well, I'm gonna fucking get in net because Jesus Christ.
Because you Canadian. That's your nature.
No, it's because if we get scored on, we lose.
Oh, thank you, drummer. Thank you.
Oh.
Fuck the youth.
Put it in. Yes!
Oh, thank you! Whoever did that! Whoever ran into me.
That was
thank
me.
you.
But
Yeah, I was
sorry,
about to say it's probably Scott. He's just like plowing into people. It's like LOL ball cam.
Oh no, it was no, it was no, it looked
It
like
was you, Scott.
Scott got it. Yeah.
It was you, Scott.
a fucking rebound goal.
Woohoo, MVP.
That's fun though.
All right. I still did better.
36? What?
Yeah.
Yay!
pink boxer.
Chatron wins. Yay!
All right. Well, that was a warm up.
That happened.
Right. Right.
That indeed happened.
Do we have anybody who wants to rotate in or out? Now's the time.
I'd like to rotate in if
Alan?
yeah.
Hey, you're Alan. How you doing?
Wait, who wants it?
You're Alan. How you doing?
For God's sake.
Well, there can be a total 8, right?
Yeah, we have 8.
Penny on us will drop.
All right, I'll drop out for Alan.
Are you sure, Fox?
Okay, there you go.
Too late. It's already done it.
What?
Is it not?
No, it's fine, Alan.
What?
What?
I thought we had to.
So have we established anything here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone's
I
going
dropped
to
out for
Someone already
Alan
dropped.
to get in.
I think 2 people dropped.
No,
No, just one.
Penny once was
It was
going
just
to, but
me.
he stopped.
Oh. All right. Well,
Fox baited him to it.
why Foxy made me do it?
Oh, now I get the invite to Steam. What the heck?
I don't know.
Probably because it's open now.
Maybe because your icon's a green
Yeah,
stick.
but all right. So who joined back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's full
Foxy
again.
dropped. Mr. Alert. showed
Everybody's
up.
here.
Okay, everybody's in. Good.
Everyone's in.
Sweet.
Are we actually going to do chat room versus LGC?
Nope.
How can you?
Pedro's not here. So.
Yeah.
Well, you presented Foxy. Oh shit, you're not in.
Yeah, I'm not in.
Well, it's just Jordan and Ben then. Versus 6 people.
Yeah, it's because they support 2 on 6.
Yeah, Jelly Bean is in an online game.
Jelly Bean, you must be in main menu.
All right, we got room for one more.
That
All right, you want to get Foxy? You want back in?
All right,
Girls,
give me a
LGC
second.
numbers back up.
Come on, start game. Thank you.
Just enjoying the wallpaper on the other screens here.
Where's empty?
Where is empty?
Where is empty?
No?
Can give-
There you are.
Hold on, I'm coming. I'm here. I think I'm here. Yeah, I'm in. Yep. And back, baby.
All right.
It's not a fucking hockey puck, is it?
It's always a hockey puck.
Hockey puck.
Fucking nightmares about that.
Hockey puck. I want
Fuck
to
yeah.
fuck a hockey puck.
That was released with the B-side being Fat Bottom Girls.
Oh, won't you puck me home? Okay, it's the cube.
Let's
And
get on your
slow
bikes.
motion.
That's why it says get on your
That's,
bikes, and the other song starts
that's
like
a
that.
puck.
Yeah. Get on your bikes.
Where's the compound?
Anything's a puck.
God damn it, people.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
I don't even understand how that
Who's
happened.
on her side? Okay, I'm on Ben's side again.
Just imagine it as being a giant dice.
It doesn't roll like a die.
Oh, I would love to see some D&D.
It's dicey, okay?
Listen, Andrew.
Ugh.
No, like window dice, not,
No.
game dice.
It's no.
Then it's got no trouble.
What?
Get a D.
Andrew's
Dice
ass
plays.
play, baby.
Yeah.
Put it in.
Oh,
People.
I don't even know what I don't even know what goal this is.
Get a D8 ball.
Damn it.
D8 is a rhomboid, man.
Fucking
Don't you know?
rhomboids.
Nope, I do not know.
Nope.
Go.
Thank you for the information. And
Ah,
yeah,
man. No.
I was trying. Get around,
Just do that little
get
flip.
back.
Yeah.
Ah well. Plenty of time left.
Me versus Van.
Then wins.
Someone went boom.
Drummer, why would you?
Thank you.
Told you.
Traitor.
Jesus.
Traitor.
I don't know what they're doing.
Traitor.
I didn't even see
straight up.
I got spun around. I got dizzy. I mean,
Traitor.
Yay, drummer! Aw.
You scored. You just fucking evened out the fucking game. You do.
No, I didn't score. Fox did.
Right, but you set that up.
That's true, and I do apologize. Not my finest moment.
Roll 1d6 plus die. Hi, Druggy.
We're playing with the D6 right now.
Oops.
So someone's yelling in the background.
Someone's got roommates.
Damn it.
Stay still, puck physics. What the hell happened there? I stopped. Someone stopped me dead.
What is this thing a puck in Australia?
Listen,
No,
they
someone
don't have,
ran
they
into
don't,
me
they don't
and I
have a lot
just
of ice hockey down
stopped.
there. I don't blame them.
That was a yellow job.
Oh, we have ice hockey.
Just no ice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Come on. Hi, Scott.
It also doesn't roll. Which
Sometimes I
is
just stop. You know, I'm like, Scott's lonely. He wants to run into me.
I feel like we're a bunch of cats playing with.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from back here.
Oops.
Is it? Okay, that's what I thought.
Bitches.
Oh,
Put it
someone
in.
Push it.
There
Push
we
it.
go.
There.
I was trying to block it, but I was in the wall.
Hey, at least I didn't set that up.
It's the fucking
Alan.
cube. The fucking
Yes,
cube.
that was a good setup from.
Borg life, motherfuckers.
Resistance is
Whoa.
futile.
Hey, flying train. The flying Englishman.
Oh, damn it.
Look.
No.
No.
Oh. Yes. Maybe.
What are you doing back here?
Just waiting.
You know,
Wait.
drummer stuff.
I was
You
watching.
just stopped in
I
front
was.
of the cube.
No, the cube
Fuck.
came to me.
Yes.
Douche.
Man, I'm not good.
I tried to get there. I tried to get there.
So did I.
That-
Oh, thank you for the cross, whoever that was. Was it Pennywise? I think it was.
Slow
it was
motion.
me, Theo.
It was me.
The triangle.
Okay.
Shit, man. Yeah, fucking four-sided one of these guys would be complete garbage.
Right?
Oh, force I'll die on this. Yeah. Pointy. Very pointy.
Oh.
Oh, nice sack.
Oh,
Oh well.
Was I meant to? But
Here comes bouncy bullshit.
Yep. Oh, motherfucker, go. Go. Go, Miss Roulette, go. Gave you a bit of a hand.
That's quite the job.
I see what you did there.
Yep.
Jerk.
It requires two hands. One to hold the thing and the other.
Well, I mean, it's hard to balance on your knees alone.
True.
God damn it.
Where is it? I lost it.
Fucking
Oh, there it
cube
is.
physics. Fucking cube physics.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, good clear.
God.
There.
Go, Miss Rourke. Okay, thank you.
No one in there.
Boom.
No one in there.
Man. Are you gonna call that a mercy rule? 30 seconds
No.
left.
No.
Donk. No.
It's anyone's game. It's anyone's
Hells
game.
no.
I don't think
Wait a minute, this is
we're
LGC. There is no mercy.
Merci.
Ah, ball.
Accept
There's your fucking mercy.
No.
There- We have merci. Thank you for the punishment.
Whoa.
There we go. Going in the right direction. No, it's not.
Now it is.
Now it is.
Still going it. Still doing it. Right direction. That was right direction.
Wow.
I think. No, bad
Nothing to be
direction.
done now.
Bad.
Damn it.
Oh man.
Boo! Boo earns.
Let's go. Mad
Suck my
hacks.
butt. Suck my butt.
Ball touches.
Yay, Cocaine Voltron.
Multi-ball. We need.
Multi-ball.
There needs to be 2 balls and
That
4
would be
lights.
awesome.
Multi-pass.
There was always 2.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Imagine trying to keep track of 2 balls.
Oh man, like a big ball and a little ball.
Nah.
Or like a cube and a ball, or
Oh boy.
Puck and a cube.
Smoking a pancake. I mean,
The other goals and,
drop shot would just be ridiculous though, because there's balls everywhere.
Yep.
Balls all over the place.
A small ball and a big puck, no gravity.
Yeah.
With curvy
No
physics.
gravity? Oh, wow,
No gravity.
okay.
No gravity. Rocket League Kerbal Edition.
Kerbal Sprocket League.
Rocket bleed.
Now
Has
I
there
want a
been like a
Kerbal on
good
my
Twisted
car.
Metal style game that's come out on Linux?
nah.
No, not really, no.
Just a mod tuck
But then again, no one really makes those games anymore.
Don't worry. Give it like another month and they'll be retro. Then we'll get it
It'll be on the Epic Store in no time.
where it belongs.
More than likely, it'll be using the Unreal Engine.
Who I got Alan, Foxy, and Buggy. All right.
Yep, drop shot.
Drip shit.
Your favorite drops.
Oh man.
Rumble, curvy balls, tiny ball, low gravity, and punching bags. Fuck.
Way, hello.
This is the part where you find out if you really hate yourself or not.
Oh, I know I hate myself.
Good attempt, Alan. Good attempt. Swing and a miss, but good attempt.
This boost
Oh,
even
that
do
was better.
anything?
That was a good swing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, let's go fast juice.
It's a joke. No, I meant in this. Yeah.
Whoa, back up.
I Pennywise.
Good ball physics.
I Pennywise.
Come on, grab. Work the magic. Oh, there's a hole.
There is indeed a hole.
There's a hole.
Oh.
In the bottom of the seat.
Over at the Frankenstein
place.
cast. Yeah.
There's a hole over at the Frank. I mean, it's true.
Right.
You've seen
You've seen the
musical.
end, right?
Yeah, you know what happens. There is a hole over at the Frankenstein place.
Hey, I can drive on the ceiling. Sweet.
Oh, fuck yeah. You just fly
Oh, yeah, I'm
upside
just
down.
realizing that.
I'm in the middle of the air now.
Oops.
Does anyone else ever oversleep where you have like 10 to 12 hours sleep and you get really weird nightmares?
What
I
do
just
the
have really weird
sleep?
I just have really weird
This is the
nightmares.
fucking night my eye up when I dive on my ex-girlfriend and say, do you need to do this or that, or is this the big game?
Oh man.
Oh, Christ.
This particular version is jumped up with multipliers.
I thought you had nightmares about the puck, man.
The North remembers.
The puck's kind of...
The pook.
It's there. I have no idea what's going on. I'm kind of spaced out right now.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I
oh,
just
this is
see
like,
ball, hit ball. Hope for the best.
See ball, run, hit ball, run.
Well, goddamn, Foxy, what's been your strategy? I gotta go with that. See ball, hit ball.
Yeah, I think we're going from the opposite colour from my car.
I'm on.
I want to get it in the pink.
Yeah.
Get it in the pink. In the pinky bits.
Ah, damn it. Damn boxing glove.
I get only boxing gloves.
No, it's boxing gloves and boots.
Spring loaded.
Just
Oh,
don't get it.
no.
That's good, because all the other modifiers fucking suck.
It's just on slow recharge.
Oh, to be all.
Come on, eyeballs. Quit shutting down.
Get out of there.
What a sight to behold.
Oh, someone
man.
went flying.
Yeah,
Oh,
they did.
damn.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Oh, fuck.
Swish it.
Totally not the target.
Bonk.
Fuck me.
No. Ooh.
Bad ball.
Bad balls, bad balls. What you gonna do? What you gonna do in the...
Oh, bounce over the other side. No!
Oh, well.
Fly, it's flying.
Go away.
Through the sky.
Oh.
Ball flag in the sky. I can go places.
Butterball in the sky, baby.
With the worst milk squad ever.
Hit the ground, hit the ground. Oh, god damn it.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. 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 Yeah, there you go. Knock it away from the hole.
Bad,
Thanks, other team.
bad.
Good.
Oh, very bad. Oh, bad. Oh, bad, oh, bad, oh, bad.
So bad. I'm bad.
Not quite what I was after, but okay.
Oof.
Oh, big hole. No, fuck off. Not having that.
Yeah. I almost touched the ball.
Right. This is what you hope for at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No.
Ah. No. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Ah.
Match.
Clearly, I
Set.
chose the wrong
Bullshit.
team tonight.
There we go.
Is that my team? Yeah, I'll take it.
Foxy. Ah, Jordan's like,
22 seconds to take it down.
Oh, jeez.
Optimistic fucking Canadians, man. Love them.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Hey, I missed.
Motherfucker Jones.
Big yellow hole there.
No, bad drummer.
Sorry. Trying to.
Going in the big yellow hole.
Look, no, that's not.
Yo, because we desperately need to tie this up.
Oh yeah. Non-stop drama.
Oh, shite. The bike.
Yes. Yes. Woohoo!
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, fuck me. There we go.
We did it.
Oh, I still did
whoa,
better than Ben.
Chaparral.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
I managed it.
Very
That was a religious experience of type.
Yeah, now I know what hell feels like.
It's awesome. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We did it. We did it, YouTube. I would say
Yay.
Twitch too, but that project ate shit early on, but we powered through. we soldiered our way through this nonsense. Thanks everybody for showing up. That's fun. If you punched your ticket way back when we pulled out of the station, you're a trooper. 100%.
I punched a lot of things.
Well, that's because you
There
didn't have a
was
hockey stick, man. You can't help yourself. Hey, thanks everybody for showing up, hanging out in the after show with us, playing some games. We got Drubber, Hablo, Jellybean, Jill, Foxy, Mr. Alert, Pennywise, Scott, and Trugs, man. Trugs staying up staying up later than Pedro, who bailed on us. We love each and every one of you. It's kind of awesome. Thanks for making this happen. We'll be back Tuesday with some spicy bullshit, probably proton powered, coming to you live from Britannia. All right, we'll be in Discord. Hop in there if you want to come say hi after we get off the live stream, which will be, how about right meow, Jordan?
Meow?
Meow.
Aw.
Bad fire,
That's
everyone.
rough.
Bye, chat room.
Bye.
Bye.